talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
G-Man.
Samira Sawhney, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
We the people, for the people. Jazzy Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website www.pitch-talk.com.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
Dave McLaughlin.
I'm Rob Lusher.
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
Former chairman of IBIS FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
The only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Perez. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former chairman of IBIS FC.
I'm Samira Sawhney, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take all of all ages.
The video feed ain't open yet. It's not, but if people can see the look that I'm giving you right now, I swear to God.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ and the G-Man and Jazzy Fizzle proudly bring to you.
Some tickle. Stop now, come on.
What were you going to say? The tickle that pulls no punches. The football talk show that pulls no punches. Oh, it's not
Why? Why?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ and the G-Man and Jazzy Fizzle proudly bring to you the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions. Because the pitch is where we
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
It's one of them was the Lucas ain't got me, but it's one of them was, oh my God, we are your Monday night football.
Proudly sponsored by Lucas Aid Sport.
And we are live as live could be. How live are we? Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Not again, anyway. But it's one of them. Oh, remember, you can catch us on. Well, you can join this revolution. How, you may ask? www. I'm trying not to do it. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website of your Monday Night Football and Fix. Catch everything Pitch Talk at www.pitch-talk.com. Also, facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We are working so hard to create. myspace.com/Pitch Talk. pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk. For all the tig old blogs. And there's a lot of them. And there is a lot of them. From yours truly, Straight Shooting LJA, the G-Man, and Jazzy Fizzle, as well as Mike Harneman, Big T, aka Thomas Hewitt, Ross Vernon,
Throw them
and
T's up.
of course, Mercy at Dave Mir. Sorry, at Mercy, aka Dave Mir. Also, as well, in terms of blogs. I think we've recently put a new one up by Ross Vernon, haven't we? So,
Yeah.
so and then was his experience of England versus Peru, because he was live at Wembley this past Friday night. Because it's Friday night, or it was at that point. But it's one of them. We've also got a new blog coming from Dave Mir soon as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Remember, oh my God, youtube.com/Pitch Talk. Oh my God! In terms of content, there is a big old batch of content on YouTube, including our brand new video, which is Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014, featuring G-Man. What teams were in that final again? I forgot.
Liverpool versus Man United. Hull versus Arsenal. Hull versus Arsenal.
Man, you must have Tiggo in your eyes, man. You're just like dreaming.
Well, it's all that Tiggo biddy that you keep talking about. I got it in my face right now.
Oh, what?
I just keep imagining myself with that big old.
Oh my goodness.
You get on.
Y'all need Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm saying this. Neither one of you go near a pier and stay away from boats. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds like Jesse's gonna drown us.
Didn't give it half the chance. But you know what? It is one of those. Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014 is finally out. Keep your eyes out for some extra content coming soon as well. Speaking of extra content, sorry, I'm a bit hungry. But anyway,
back to the story.
Definitely. Remember, at Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. 07535804466 is the mobile number. It's live. The mobile's on now. Call us, text us, let us know your views. And Pitch Talk 1 on Skype as well. We're going to throw to our Skypers in a second, but first and foremost, I'd like to ask. I like that. And I like to ask my co-host, the G-Man and Jesse Fizzle, how have your weekends been? Yo, bro, how's your weekend and week been? So I'm channeling my inner Chris Canyon. Positively Canyon. PCK. That's a piece. But anyway, how's your weekend? Weekend.
G-Man, how's your weekend been?
Well, the week I was laddered from last week's. That's why I was on the show last week. But and it was quite a good week.
He can't hang with me. He can't. No, I'm kidding. It's that year of sobriety. He can't hang.
Wait, definitely on that night I wasn't hanging with you still. But
I didn't have as much as you said. I can't.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you got them blues, man. Them liquor blues, man.
But nah, last week was quite good, productive and everything. Last week we had In Situ had one of their biggest jobs of the year, which we've been working on. For a while now.
Yeah, in terms of build up and then the event.
So and In Situ are our providers. That's why I've mentioned it. Our studio providers and some of the equipment and everything. Thank you, In Situ.
Yeah, our facilities provider, insitu.co at InSitu Digital on Twitter.
Get following and tell them that we sent you.
And that led to a great weekend. Just want to say a big shout out to Josh and oh my gosh, I forgot his last name. But
Oh, you stop. Why can you just say Mr. and Mrs. Josh and leave it at that?
No, Mr. and Mrs. Dada and their little boy Jeremiah, who turned 1. Went to his birthday party.
Happy birthday to you.
Shout out to them.
Happy birthday to you.
Little Jeremiah. That's actually cute.
I want to say that never big congratulations out to my big little bro or my little big bro, J-Man, aka Jerome. Yeah, got another little youth coming on the way, so that's
congratulations.
Another niece and nephew for me.
That's banging.
Yeah, he's banging that. He is banging that. But no. All in all, that good news. Good time out of the weekend. It's been great, man. Had a great time. What about yourself, Jess?
Well, I'll be honest. I wasn't feeling anything like the top 100 at all. So it's good to be back. You know, it's good to be back live in the studio alongside yourself, and of course, everybody straight shooting wrong. And it's good to be back with the Skypers. You know what I mean? And in the immortal words of Bender, I'm back, baby. So brace yourself, people. The party's only just getting started.
I'm back, baby. Back in the house, baby.
But you know, I had to say, straight shooting one. How was your week and weekend?
Not bad, actually. Week as usual, busy. But yeah, the weekend wasn't too bad actually. What the hell did I do this weekend? I didn't do a great deal actually.
Party.
Nah.
He says that. It was just a quiet little gathering, just a few friends, 1 or 2 drinks.
Well, I suppose.
I'm back, baby.
That's what you said, right?
As always. That was nice. It's all good though, but it's all good. But yeah, I'm back. Can't wait for the next weekend. As always. But as always.
I can't wait for the weekend to begin.
I'm gonna leave it there. But also,
before you just absolutely decimate and desecrate that song.
I was gonna say merculate.
Oh no.
Merculated. It's merculated. But no, we've also got the Skypers in the house, so we are going to start. Tom Wood, how's your week and weekend been?
Tom.
Tom, come out to play. All right.
You sound like that man from Family Guy.
Oh no,
Mr. Griffin, no. With the whistling was no.
So wrong.
I meant to be. What's it?
Yeah, but I know who you meant to be.
Where's my fleece? We'll have to come back to
Tom's away.
But we've also got Russ Vernon, Rusty Lee, the man of many aliases. What is up? How's your week and weekend been?
Rusty.
Good, thank you. Yourself, guys?
Not too bad, Russell.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Good weekend as well, especially Friday night. Was at Wembley. If you go to my page, pick on my webpage, taurus.blogspot.co.uk.com, whichever you like, and read my report from the match this weekend.
Thank you very much, Russ. I'm sorry, but the Cookie Monster in the corner was making far too much noise. All I had was ram.
I've got
cookie.
I've got a story about that. I've got a story to tell you about cookies later.
All right. Okay.
I told Gavin about it, but
I've got one that goes about 3 years.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. It was longer than that. You're an idiot.
That's Pitch Talk After Dark, people. That's a very special show.
Hey, all I see in the chat from JB. Hey, Rusty. Like he's the Fonz, like Jamie Bailey's the Fonz. Hey. Speaking of Jamie Bailey, how goes you and the two man? How goes it?
How's it going, Emmanuel?
Emmanuel, I thought that was. Actually, no. I can't finish.
Oh
that
my
line,
goodness.
There is a way I could have went with the name Emmanuel, but I won't.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be showing my age, actually. I'm not that old, but it'll be showing my age.
My goodness.
All of a sudden, the show has come to a standstill because of it. But it's one of them was. Jamie, how's your week and weekend been?
Week's not been too bad. Weekend was good. I was at the Irish-Italian game, which was actually quite fun to watch, especially from an Irish point of view.
Yeah, no, I saw the highlights of the game, and we will come into that in results and analysis. But wasn't there a major injury in that game as well?
Yeah, some sort of broken leg. Italians just always flying all over the place and receiving injury somehow. Never even touched them.
But yeah, I'll be very interested in hearing your views on that game, especially as you had shall we say, a bird's eye view from that one. I believe Tom says that he's back. So
I was gonna say a bird's eye view. In theory, wouldn't that be a dead bird? if Jamie was near the pitch, wouldn't that be a dead bird?
I mean, he's got a better view than me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's definitely a WCW scripted item. I took that from was it Scott Hudson in 2000? Was it when oh god, it was Eric Bischoff against Terry Funk for the Hardcore title. Look for it and look for that match and listen out to one. There's one bit in that match where Terry Funk is actually gonna drop trowel, and all you hear is Terry Funk. I'm gonna show you my wrinkled behind, and like I'm gonna give you a bird's eye view of my wrinkled behind when Eric Bischoff was on the floor, and all you hear is Scott Hudson. Bird's eye view. It must be a dead bird. So I give credit where it's due for that.
I can't believe that the Funker actually did it though. Isn't he participated
God damn it, I'm the Funker. There's a funny shoot interview story about him in the Tokyo subway actually. With the Dudley Boys, that's kind of funny.
Oh god.
Terry, apparently he just whipped it out and went in a garbage can in the middle of the Tokyo subway station. And like when Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon were like, mate, like no Terry, you can't do that, and he's like, God damn it, I'm the Funker. Bubba Ray Dudley does a brilliant impression of Terry Funk.
I mean, no, the thing I was gonna say.
My God.
For those who don't know, Terry Funk
OWS
is an absolute legend in Japan.
It's hilarious.
So for him to be able to go and pull that out, in terms of
pull what out? Because we are talking about him taking a whiz in a garbage can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For him to go and do that, and for no one to be upset about it, you just say it. That's how you know you made it. Like for example, when the G-Man goes anywhere near Wales, I'm talking about just by the border, the theme music starts playing, so I'm just like,
Wait. Would that theme music be?
No, that's your theme music, man.
We ain't played it in ages. Wait. I was like, I love that. I actually love that. But yeah, we have also got with us live from South Africa. We've also got Chris Bullock in the house. Chris, how goes it, Chris?
Hey, very well, thanks. How are you?
All good, man. All good. How's everything at Kick for Life?
Yeah, really good, thank you. We had our big championship game yesterday and won that, so we finished off a successful season in style.
Good stuff.
That's what we like to hear.
We want to hear about. We're gonna hear a bit more of that in the grassroots segment.
Keep it locked. And in case you didn't know, that's Kick for Life.
Yeah, exactly. For life, like the NWO. That is what level. But my two co-hosts would like to say this.
I'm back, baby.
Because it's time, once again, for everybody to come aboard the Pitch Talk train.
Oh my goodness.
No one expected that, OWR.
I told you, I certainly didn't. I wasn't ready for that.
But the tune underneath us is an OWR.
No,
that wasn't
I
OWR.
know, but then I was thinking maybe you was gonna go with an obligatory Boondocks reference and go with a soul play. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Soul play. Or in the case of with the stink meter thing. You died, I live, and you died.
So
funny. Oh, I can't watch the Boondocks season.
So funny. But no, you definitely want to check that out. Some real classics.
That's a buzz.
What I'm saying is this, right? First episode, yeah, that's my new jam. That's what I'm saying.
Better than season 3, episode 9 and 10. Date with a Voodoo Warrior and the Fundraiser.
No,
because them two episodes, boy, for me, Them 2 episodes of the Bulls right there. So we've had no. I guess that's curveball right down the strike,
the what?
right down the middle strike.
Hey, the what?
Curveball right down the middle strike.
Like I said, offense, Snapchat over there.
Because ain't nobody got time for that, because Snapchat ain't for that. But you know what? Perfect timing. That tune comes to an end. That tune comes to an end, and it's time for us to move and groove on, because it's time for the first segment of the show, which is results and analysis. Yeah.
Hello. It's results. Hello.
Outside. Triple cheese. Lettuce, tomatoes. Triple cheese. Lettuce, tomatoes.
Is this in the same burger, yeah?
Maybach music. Maybach music.
Sounded like Burger King music to me.
Right in the back of my Maybach, eating the turkey burger.
Or
eat with me or eat away from me.
Or if we want to go with your version of fine dining, I would have said that sounds like a Sam's order. I'm just saying.
2 for $2.60. Lettuce, tomatoes. Riding on the back of my bicycle with a goat on my back. I'm sorry, that video. Big shout out actually to Miss Umbrian Alley, because that on her that what was posted on her Facebook wall, hilarious. That dude was just riding along on a motorbike with a goat on his back. It was hilarious. It was just hilarious. It was just weird. But by the way, big shout out to Samir Sawney of Motivate Sports and Fitness, and Sophie, Rachel, and Scotty the Rabbit as well. Big shout out to Girls on the Ball, who we'll mention that when we get to that result. That's quite interesting. As the guys look befuddled, totally befuddled. What the hell is going on in the Skype chat?
I've got no idea.
It's all got mad in the Skype.
Yeah, because I'm trying to follow it, and I'm like, all I'm seeing is, I'll give you a wave, yeah? I'll give you guys a wave for when we, put the video feed on.
I know, yeah, Jamie Bailey's as confused as we are.
Yeah. Yeah. But shall we go to Tuesday, the 27th of May, 2014?
Yes, we should.
Okay, let's kick this thing off. Japan 1, Cyprus 0. Yoshida getting the only goal of the game after 45 minutes. Okay, so as far as let me make sure I got this straight. Mike's leaving, Tom's leaving. I think is it dinner time? We're gonna go and have dinner now. Is that what it is?
Mike Hardiman saying he got ignored, but didn't we say hello to him?
I'm pretty sure. Did we not? Did you manage to?
I thought we did.
Did you manage to?
Yeah, Tom Wood. Tom Wood. We definitely said hello to, and the proof will be, if you want to rewind the show a few minutes, there's the proof there that we tried to say hello to Tom Wood, but he went dark.
Yeah. Real dark.
And that's quite a funny turn of phrase coming from three black fellas running a football show. But anyway,
why? Why? You couldn't have just said he went incognito.
We don't script any of this. Anyway, I would need to fire my writers if I did. But yeah.
So as I say, Yoshida got the only goal of the game after 45 minutes, and Michael, we'll come back to you in a minute. You just sit tight, okay? Moldova won, Canada won. Sudarenko getting the first goal of the game after 10 minutes, but Ricketts equalised for Canada after 10 minutes. And going on to a game that I actually was able to catch the highlights of, France 4, Norway 0. Paul Pogba opened the scoring after 15 minutes, which to me, that honestly, I thought that goal was offside. wasn't Valbuena offside when he made that cross?
I don't think so.
But was he not in offside position and coming back into active play when he? I'm pretty sure he was offside for that. But nonetheless, absolutely fantastic header from Paul Pogba. I mean, if you want to talk about techers, yeah, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And you know, right about now, I'll be honest, it makes me sad. It makes me sad because Manchester United had the player of that quality, i.e. him, in their books, and now he's gone performing for Juventus on a weekly basis, and now he's the absolute gem of the midfield for that France national team as well. So, you know, it just harkens back to my blog, and you can go check that out as well. Pitchtalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk. Either one will get you there. The Curious Case of Paul Pogba.
I was gonna say, so if Paul Pogba's the gem, that's grim from Tom Wood. That's disgusting. Oh,
for some reason, I read that and I thought of Friday.
I feel £5 lighter.
Don't nobody go in there for the next 45 minutes.
Well, I was gonna say with if Paul Pogba is the gem, hopefully France won't get beaten in the World Cup like a djembe drum.
I see what you're doing there.
Beat like a drum, man. Beat like a drum. But, I could have said Dusty Rugged spring cleaning, but I would have to give credit to Jim Cornette for that one.
Yeah. Olivier Giroud got the second goal of the game after 51 minutes.
Volley was quality.
Right, and now it just here's the thing about this goal, right? Legitimate goal of the week contender, but I have to ask this question, right? And this is to all the Arsenal fans. Mike, this may not necessarily apply to you, but no, in all seriousness, it does apply to you. I have to ask, why doesn't this Olivier Giroud play for Arsenal? That's my question, because that goal, legitimately, I was just like, wow.
It's proper celebration.
Yeah.
Just lean back.
I love the fact that he does it and for a split second, and then the camera.
Is he not offside? Is he not coming from an offside position?
Oh man,
he did.
Thank you very much. Good night. Anyway, no, seriously, we're going back
Poor defender now.
Going back to France 4. France 4, Norway 0. Loic Remy got the third goal of the game after 60.
You see the Boosie's through ball?
That was what I was going to talk about.
That was a ball.
Was techers. I mean, that thing is just like, wow.
Who the hell is Michelle Keegan? But anyway.
Really? Really?
I don't watch Coronation Street.
You don't have to watch Coronation
Tom would have
Street
said
to know who she is.
breaking news coming from.
You don't have to watch Coronation Street to know who she is. Look, Tom's gonna put.
I remember Martine McCutcheon back in the day. But still, I know that's going back to like 1996, but still.
From EastEnders.
Grant beats you up, you know.
But Grant, man, Grant beats. I swear she got ran over at Christmas.
No, she did. I remember that. I was like,
I was like 96. So when I used to watch EastEnders, I was about 8 years old. Actually, no, I was 10.
Yeah, no, I shed a little bit of a tear when that happened. I was like, no.
Sinclair's ex, Scott or Trevor? Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Trevor.
But going back to France 4, Norway 0 after that little departure. Let Remy's finish, first time finish.
Great arrival.
I mean, absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. And then, of course, Olivier Giroud rounded out the scoring on 69 minutes. Big T's favourite number. Throw them T's up! And favourite minute as well. Yeah, an absolutely, clinical performance from France. And you have to say, in terms of how the team is gelling and performing right now, they look good. Look good. G-Man, do you want to formally agree that Valbuena was offside for Pogba's goal?
No, yeah, watched it a couple of times there, and he was definitely offside.
Because like the thing, he comes back into active.
Formally agree.
Yes.
Not even would you like to have your opinion.
No.
Would you like to agree?
Formally agree.
No, because I was
not giving much of an option.
He was in agreement with me, right? But he was away from the mic, so I'm like, no, I want the people to hear the agreement right now. But no, what I was gonna say was, yeah, overall they seem to be performing really well. Norway though, I mean, let's be honest, were they ever in this game at any point at all? It's just really, really disappointing. shall we move and groove to Wednesday the 28th?
Yeah, well, yes, I think we shall. Well, let's go to the Polish T-Mobile Premier League. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
those
stop
names I could never pronounce.
Krakow.
Yeah.
And Cracovia.
That's the ones I was looking at. I'm thinking, yeah, they're the only ones I could pronounce.
Hey, don't forget Bailey stock, which is almost like a baby stock. So it's almost, like Jamie's in charge of the team.
That's terrible.
Almost.
Speaking of Jamie Bailey, actually, he was saying Michelle Keegan is Scott Sinclair's ex, and his reason for joining Man City. To which I said, his reason for joining Man City, a woman, tremendous.
I thought it was the money, personally.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually did say if it had been Tony Duggan, I could understand this. There's a football reason. Both Man City ladies.
No. I see where you're going, and you're like, yeah, but did he talk to Tony Duggan though? Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I did it.
Let's carry on, because Wednesday, 28th May 2014, USA 2, Azerbaijan 0. Diskerud scoring on 76 minutes, with Johansson scoring on 82 minutes. Diskerud sounds like, it almost sounded like I was going to say disc error.
Oh, stop it.
Cyclic redundancy check.
Oh, my God.
The burners will remember that one.
Stop it.
But Denmark won, Sweden 0. Daniel Agger scoring in 93 minutes. That's terrible. But Denmark won, Sweden 0. What can be seen as a local derby. Daniel Agger getting the only goal of the game on 93 minutes. Next match was a match that was marred by match fixing claims. Literally about a day and a half, 2 days before it.
Wow.
Now, there was one mistake by Nigeria's goalkeeper that looked suspect as hell. I don't know if you guys saw it. It looked suspect. And I showed that to my landlord, and he was like, ooh. He was like, you know what, I wouldn't mind seeing that from another angle. I was thinking, boy, that looks suspect. Because dude come out and caught the ball, and it looked like he tried to throw it into his own net.
Wow.
It looked like he was looking for contact. He was looking for contact from the Scottish player that was backing up against him. It never came, so he just
threw the ball into his own net. It looked like it was wrong.
It looked almost as bad as Manito Manoni's or Vito Manoni.
Oh, Vito Manoni.
Pushing the back of the net when he basically against Man City.
Yeah.
When he spilled the ball, it looked as bad as that, even worse.
Oh yeah. But
Charlie Mulgrew.
Yeah, Charlie Mulgrew opened the scoring in somewhat fortuitous fashion.
It was, but I tell you what though, what a finish!
Kick. The mule kick.
The donkey kick.
Mule kick, man. Mule kick. It was a good finish in the end by Charlie Mulgrew, but Uchebo equalized after 41 minutes.
Legitimate goal of the week.
Yeah.
And that was an emphatic finish.
Quality finish. But Egueke scored on an own goal on 54 minutes, and Nwafo scored on 90 minutes to give Nigeria a share of the spoils.
Are we gonna go to the Polish T-Mobile Premier League? Yeah, because I see that Wisla Krakow.
What was that? Krakow! Wisla Krakow! Just like, what's it, a couple seasons ago, the Europa League, when you got Bilbao!
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, Krakow and Bilbao!
And Lech Poznan actually ran out 4-0 winners.
Well, you know what? Yeah, let's drop it to Friday, May 30th, 2013. Angola, I love it. But let's go. Spain 2, Bolivia 0. Fernando Torres scoring a penalty on 51 minutes.
Very good penalty.
The only way he's going to get goals is. Andres Iniesta scored on 84 minutes to give Spain that 2-0 win. England 3, Peru 0. You heard Torres missed the sitter, Jamie. Yeah, join the club. We've all heard Torres. We've all seen Torres miss sitters. That's funny. But England 3, Peru 0 in a match that Russ Vernon actually was at, and on pitchtalk.blogspot.com/.co.uk, you can actually see his match report on England 3, Peru 0. Daniel Sturridge on 32 minutes opened the scoring with a belter.
Goal of the week.
Legit goal of the week, easily. But Gary Cahill scored from a set piece on 65 minutes, and Phil Jagielka rounded out scoring on 70 minutes once again from a set piece. So, fact of the matter is, with this game, England weren't brilliant, but we did what we had to do. See, the 3 lines are on my chest rather than the live bird. But the fact of the matter is,
3 lines on the shirt.
Jules remains still gleaming.
I don't want to go into how many years apart it is, but in all seriousness, though, it was an effective performance from England. That has to be said.
Yeah. Yeah. And Danny Welbeck looked terrible as usual trying to pull off skills. You'd have thought he would have learned from pre-season last year. When what was it in Thailand or Malaysia trying to pull off them skills and fell over and just absolutely botched it. It's like
Botchamania.
Yeah, exactly. We coming for you, Welbeck. In terms of mockage, we're coming for you. Yeah, that Lambert deal we're getting on to next. We're gonna come on to that. But it was one of them. Was the fact of the matter is, there was one hilarious moment during that match which we'll come back to. What's up with that? What's up with that? That moment is hilarious. Hopefully, Jesse, you'll still be here for that.
And looking at other results, Switzerland won, Jamaica 0.
Yeah.
Wounded.
Speaking of that, actually, Sophie of Girls on the Ball is actually like she's a bit heartbroken that Lamps is leaving.
Yeah.
So,
No, I can understand that. But he's going to what? New York City Football Club, right?
Yeah, we've got an interesting point about New York City Football Club. We've got an interesting point coming later.
No, if I remember correctly, aren't they supposed to be managed by Eric Cantona or something?
Apparently, but
even though they're not actually established until the forthcoming season, right? So they exist, but they don't actually play any games. I don't know.
So it's one of them. I love the fact that Tom was just dropping stories in the chat. It's like, yeah, it's one of them. We got plans. But no, it's one of them.
Oh, Mr. Bailey says I'm wrong, and they have a different manager. Mr. Bailey, who's their manager? Mr. Bailey.
His name I can't actually pronounce, but it's difficult to pronounce it.
He's the one. This is coming from the guy. Who loves to correct us all the time. And it's like, I'd love to correct you, but I can't pronounce the name.
It starts with a J, and before you actually try and make a joke out of it, it's not me. So,
all I can say, Jamie, you wanted to correct us, but you can't pronounce the name, so I give you the rating of
-5 stars.
I'll take that.
You ain't got no choice; it's already been given.
I'll take that.
Couple round on this track one. It's tremendous.
But yeah, the name starts with a J. The second name starts with a J. I'll give you the full.
You can type it in the chat.
JEIZ. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yays. Zeus. If you've seen Pitch Talk at the FA Cup final, you'll know what I'm talking about in that regard.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. That had to be included. That was too funny.
No,
that had to be put in.
That was brilliant.
And there's also another little funny moment in there as well.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, brother. Those are the moments that we love Wembley Way for. You, the fans, make Wembley Way brilliant for us each and every time, soccer. Oh man, we coming to Wembley, so. But it's one of them was where England, Peru. England didn't have to be brilliant, but at the end of the day, we won the match. That's what matters. Sterling livened the game up a bit when he came on. Wilshere put in a good shift. Lallana's little realm was quality, actually. But it's one of them. We shall see. We shall see what happens. But Ross Vernon, did you want to jump in quickly before we move on England, Peru? Bearing in mind we do have one of your blogs up as well. So what's up?
Yeah, as well as my blog, I thought it was a good game and a good workout for the lads. Because I thought me and my dad were saying that the way the team played, he thought he was doing it so he could implement what it would be like when we go over to the World Cup and Miami when we play there on Wednesday and Saturday.
Miami!
The two friendlies. But overall, a good performance good 3 goals from England, especially Sturridge's. I thought Sturridge had a good game, especially Sterling when he came on. He did some amazing runs.
Studge
could have gone to the score sheet as well. I thought Sterling had a brilliant game, and hopefully he'll start on Wednesday or Saturday.
No.
No.
I was like, give him something else. Like, give him something better. That's what I'm saying. Studge.
Bearing in mind, you support a team who all anyone has been calling them this season as a nickname is crap. But
yeah, but like that's what Studge sounds like. That's what I'm saying.
Well, our team weren't slug last week. But anyway, Jamie Bailey, you want to jump in on Sturridge's goal?
Yeah. After looking back at it quite a few times, I don't know why. For me, I would say that the goal was good, but it wasn't great. And the reason why I say that is if you look at where how the goalkeeper went to save it, he pretty much made it look like a world-class goal for Sturridge. If he had gone with his actual the leading hand, which was not his right, his left, then he probably would have saved it. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not too sure if it was a great goal. I think it was only good.
No, I think it was a quality goal. At the end of the day, Sturridge made the space. Sturridge made the space for himself. He legitimately made the space for himself, which like there were 2 defenders around him, made the space for himself, and no keeper saving that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course there is. If you look at it again, the goalkeeper's gone with his right hand.
I've looked at that goal about 6 times.
Yeah, and you look at it again, and you'll see that he's gone with his right hand rather than his left. So if being a goalkeeper, you're gonna have to go with your leading hand, which is pretty much the hand that's closest to the ball, his left. He did not go with his left. He jumped. His jump was completely awkward, and yeah, Sturridge gets his goal. As far as I see, if he's gonna jump the way that he is, you don't do that in Europe. You pretty much go with the leading hand. That's how you keep a goal, keep the ball out of the back of the net.
Well, let's not be negative. We want to stay positive.
Always coaching.
We want to stay.
You might want to talk about the rest of the England chances then. The World Cup.
What, the 1.4% that chance that we've apparently got? That is just a load of crap, to be perfectly frank.
Exactly.
No, I mean people actually. It must. What's it? The 28th of May 2014 must have been a slow news day. Must have been a slow news day to actually report. Yeah, England have got we've calculated that they've got a 1.4% chance of winning this. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Nothing else to report on, so you know what? Just make up any numbers.
Jesse Fizzle is actually getting distracted right now by watching Pitch Talk at the 2014 FA Cup final. If you haven't watched it, youtube.com/Pitch Talk is where it is. But you know what? Let's shift on, because Saturday 31st of May 2014, the last pinch punch, last day of the month.
We know what you get up to. We know what you get up to. Liam Angel, we know what you get up to.
What are you talking about?
Curveball right down the middle, strike 1.
What?
All your latest videos that you go on.
You're actually not signed in. That would be a funny joke if you were signed in. Yeah, catching me out that easily. Coming for you, G-Man. Oh, but yeah, it's one of them ones. It's one of them ones. Anyway, like I remember that. So it was petite.
I was saying a lot of oily men say. I thought that's something else.
Ooh, no, dig it. Yeah, that's a weird. That's a weird little glitch. It's completely separate. It's a completely separate thing.
That's what I was.
I've been baffled by that as well. I think it's a glitch. But anyway,
back to the story.
Saturday, 31st of May 2014, Uruguay 1, Northern Ireland 0. Stuani getting the only goal of the game on 62 minutes. Now, Luis Suarez has been included in the 23-man World Cup squad for Uruguay, by the way. Bosnia-Herzegovina 2, Ivory Coast 1. Edin Dzeko scoring on 18 and 54 minutes, and Didier Drogba scoring on 90 minutes. Where are we gonna go next? We are going to go to Holland 1, Ghana 0.
Robin van Persie getting the only goal after the game after 5 minutes. Wesley Sneijder with the assist, and I have to say, you know what? When you look at that goal in terms of like team goals,
Nice, isn't it? Slick passing.
intricate, yeah, intricate. That's what I'm saying. Mexico 3, Ecuador 1. Montes getting the opening goal of the game after 34 minutes. Jean-Philippe Fabian, that's my guess, pronouncing that surname. I know that Mr. Bailey doesn't want to butcher any surnames, but you know, I'm gonna attempt it at least. Okay, and he got the second goal of the game after 70 minutes. Giovanni Dos Santos seemed to round it out the scoring after 77 minutes before Valencia, that's the other Valencia, actually got a consolation goal for Ecuador.
Let's go to Portugal 0, Greece 0, and Italy 0, Republic of Ireland 0. You were mentioning this pre-show about there was kind of a bad injury at this, which was that game took place at Craven Cottage. I think Jamie Bailey was there.
He was.
So I'll ask
with a bird's eye view.
Jesse, I'll talk about you first. And,
yeah, no, it was just I saw the news come through on my app. I think Ricardo Montalivio, who now plays for AC Milan, he actually, as Mr. Bailey alluded to, broke his leg in that as well. And the G-Man just brought to my attention that there was another leg break in the Mexico-Ecuador game. Luis Monte.
Oh, good gravy.
Oh, no. No, Yeah, and it kind of, it goes back to a point I was making.
Oh, mate, that reminds me of Sid Vicious.
It goes back to a point I was making earlier today. I was talking to my boss at work about the friendly, and I was saying that much like the preseason in the NFL, and in more specific cases, OTAs recently, where a couple players have picked up major injuries, in some cases season-ending injuries. I'm saying that with these friendlies being played so close to the World Cup, this is the risk that you're going to take. And I'm just saying, is there really any need for them to be playing these friendlies so close to the World Cup? Surely.
Well, is there any need for people to be putting in meaty challenges? I mean, you look at Gerard caught what could have been a bad challenge against Peru, and it's like, Virgin, you want to slow your roll. When I saw that tackle, I was like, you want to slow your roll. You want to calm down. Sit down there and take some decaf. Like,
calm down.
It's like, baby, just calm down. In the words of Joe Budden and that shit. But it was one of them. It's a case of calm down, slow your roll, and like cool your jets. Cause boy, you can't be tackling like that. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones. That broken leg in the Mexico game.
Consequently, I was so glad that the G-Man didn't press play. That's all I can say. Montalivo, as Rusty Lee pointed out, is now out of the World Cup with that injury. So I'm just saying that with these friendlies being so close and the risk of injury being so high, is there really any benefit? You know what I mean? Because you've already named your 23 man. Yes, you have your reserves, your standbys, whatever you want to call them. But you know, if one of your potential stars is one of the players that end up being injured, is it really?
Look at Cisse. Look at Cisse. I think it was before World Cup in 2010. It might have been Euro 2008, but it was one of them ones where he sustained a broken leg in the final friendly before the World Cup, and it was like, oh mate, that's fuming. That's all I can say. That was fuming.
I personally question the timing of all of these friendlies.
I love the fact that Jamie Bailey in the Skype chat is just correcting.
What is it? He got up at the time, and 3 days before World Cup in 2006.
Couple round over the track on.
But yeah, so I'm just questioning the timing of these friendlies, because you know, to have major injuries like that occur now and occur with some frequency.
Oh my word! Just actually watching the Mexico leg break. That is
Ay Dios mío.
As said, kind of. Oh my god! It's the way both legs actually snapped back. Neither of them went in with any malice, though. That's
No.
the thing. Yeah, that's unsettling to say the very least.
That was his goal.
Not Buff, not
legit-
Buff, and not the start.
Legit goal of the week contender, but you know, consolation to him for suffering that injury. That's so.
But you know what? Let's shift on. Let's shift on because Jamie Bailey, you were at Italy Republic of Ireland at Craven Cottage, weren't you?
Yeah, I was at the game. I was behind the goal in the Putney end, of all places. And yeah, it was a good atmosphere from start to finish. We turned up, and I think everybody expected it to be a walkover for Italy, and we showed that we are probably getting better at facing opposition above us in the rankings, in the world rankings. After the Turkey game, it was pathetic. That game just seemed to sort of dissolve. There was no atmosphere from the fans in that game. But when they came to Craven Cottage, we just enjoyed it as much as we could. Should have scored in both halves. And the injury, I didn't really get to see the Montalivo injury, but at the time he literally walked away and then got back up and sat back down. And I think, as we know from Italians, they do like to waste time. I think most people didn't really know the extent of the injury until it was mentioned that he had a broken leg. So he was carried away, and both sets of fans actually clapped him off. So it wasn't a bad atmosphere at all, even with that injury as well.
I got one question for you, Jamie. Where's your pitch talk match report? Blogging.
I think I should go back to doing it. I think I should.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. Get you blogging, JBK. Get you blogging,
I thought mine was meant to be about the European matches.
Well, the negotiations, but anyways, well,
Yeah, true.
Blog about what you want.
But yeah, that game it was played in good spirit, and when Mario sort of walked past, everybody was still sort of reminding themselves of how good he was with a flare in his hand, and whilst he was in his house.
And we're not talking about Rick. Woo!
Yeah. Well, everybody kind of remembers what he did just to promote safety around fireworks, and
oh yeah, we remember that story. We went over that the week
that.
after. Yeah,
Yeah, so there was that sort of story. Pirlo was on the bench, and I think Italy had to make quite a few changes quite quickly, and they just didn't have anything just to show us. And I would say that we softened Italy up for England, but when they haven't got their best players on the pitch, i.e. also Gianluigi Buffon as well, I'm not too sure. I think there might be something that they'll come up with against England. Just you never know what they'll come up with.
I heard that. Whilst I do a bit of product endorsement for Lucas. Yeah. Anyway, couple round.
Send us some more.
You
Please
want?
and thank you.
You want Luco? Give me some more. You want Lucas Head? Give me some more. Hey Jesse, where the Luco at? Give me some more. Let's go to the pound shop, G man.
This is funny enough. I was actually where I was sitting. I had to my right hand side, I had a Scotsman who turned up in a Celtic shirt.
This is not going to be an Englishman, Irishman, and a Scotsman, Joe.
Oh no, there was an Englishman there. And
the police are coming for you.
Oh, stop it!
Sorry.
And the ironic thing is it weren't just an Englishman that was there. There was also two Dutch guys.
There's a joke waiting to happen, but I just can't.
I can't see the joke, but I'm just gonna leave it to somebody else to pick up.
Ain't no scripted ad-libs here. But you know what? Yeah, let's shift on, because from Sunday 1st of June 2014, Germany 2, Cameroon 2, Eto'o opening the scoring. Old man Eto'o opening and scoring on 62 minutes. Thomas Muller equalized on 66 minutes. Schürrle scoring on 71 minutes. And Choupo-Moting scoring on 78 minutes. Choupo-Moting.
It's a very good goal as well.
France won. Paraguay won. Griezmann scoring on 82 minutes. And Caceres
He's so
equalising-
greasy.
equalising on 89 minutes. Oh, Sweden 0, Belgium 2. Romelu Lukaku scoring on 35 minutes.
He's no longer my like you people. Stop it.
He's a nice goal, though.
Very nice.
And Eden Hazard scoring on 79 minutes. A slick goal. That was a slick goal. What's it? Slicker than whale crap in an ice flow. It was one of them. Was the quote of Jim Cornette? But it was one of them. It's tremendous. But the final result of results analysis, FA Women's Cup final, a big time shout out to Sophie and Rachel of Girls on the Ball, who were actually at this match and actually were taking pictures as well. And they had a picture taken with one of Pitch Talk's favorite female players, Jazzy.
I'm not even. I'm just do this.
He's like,
That's it.
Jamie Bailey, yep, Jamie Bailey's got it exactly right. It's one of them was Miss Alex Scott. And she got a picture taken with Sophie and Rachel of Girls on the Ball. So it's tremendous.
Rachel Yankee.
Yeah, Rachel Yankee's one of my favorites.
She one of your favorite?
Yeah. He says it away from the mic.
I'm just,
He's just saying that's all.
Just saying.
That's all. Just saying that's all. But no, you know what? I saw the highlights of this, and you know what? I have to salute Kelly Smith. If you're not following us, at Kelly Smith 10 on Twitter, so get following. Tell her I sent you. And you know what, right? Legit goal of the week contender. That free kick was absolutely top draw. Right? And you're thinking, can the veteran continue to put in them kind of performances? The undoubted answer is yes. Absolutely everywhere. Pulling the strings up front. Gets the goal. And you know what? The thing that I really want to go and salute her for, right? Taking the lid off the FA Cup before lifting it. No, it's literally, who else have you seen do that?
Well, it's one of them ones. You don't want to do a Sergio Ramos and drop it, do you?
No, I know, but who else have you seen do it? Most of the guys don't do it. So you know what? For the noose, yeah. For the knowledge of knowing that you take. No, not that.
Oh,
not that.
I thought you were talking like.
No, not that kind of noose. You just had to do it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Give a man enough rope, he'll hang himself.
Literally. Right. But no, I mean, yeah, for the news and knowledge to do that, and of course to score legit goal of the week contender, and of course to be, a legit player of the game contender as well. It has to be said that, yeah, overall fantastic performance. Congratulations to Arsenal ladies. Until Man United have their own women's team and they're in the WSL. Listen, I'm an Arsenal ladies fan. It's as simple as that.
I mean, the real crazy thing about it, Rachel Yankees won 11 FA Cups. 11 women FA Cups.
Boss.
You do realize she's won on her own as many trophies as your whole start in 11 as of this season.
Yeah, but that's in her career, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's in women's football. That's in her career. It's like Ryan gets her that you get those players that have very successful careers, and that's hers.
And she's a living legend.
I'm just putting it in perspective.
She's won more medals than like some of your players.
Some, yes. I wasn't actually trying to take a swipe. I was just saying.
But you know what? She was also unlucky not to score. I have to say that.
I heard there was a thunderbolt off the post, right?
There was, and I tell you honestly, I'm unlucky not to score. Kelly Smith was unlucky not to have a second as well.
You got to give an honourable mention out to Carter as well.
Yeah, no.
Right, she was
immense, absolutely immense. But you know what?
Tearing it up like we tear up chicken.
Like you tear up chicken.
What's wrong with tearing up chicken? There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nothing. Like just like you.
No knife required. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be like co-Prime Minister Davy Boy Cameron, that stooge, eating a bacon sarnie. Was it eating a bacon sarnie with a fork and knife? Mate, I'll show you your forking knife. Bloody hell, there. Come on. Just get stuck in and munch inside that Miliband guy as well. It's like, yeah, I can take that. It's like, no, just sink your teeth into it, man. You're the kind of guys who will eat chicken, who will have chicken with no seasoning and just salt and pepper. It's like, dude, no. It's like, no. At least get some Dunn's River or some. At least get some Dunn's River seasoning on that.
Or some Raja.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or even some Encona sweet chili sauce with them wings, baby. You got them seeds to get that chicken season, baby. Like the American dream, baby.
Just like, just throw it on the grill. Yeah, just good. Make sure you get them grill marks. Yeah.
But you know what? Arsenal ladies gave manager Shelley Kerr the perfect send-off with a 2-0 defeat of Everton in the FA Women's Cup final. Kelly Smith inspired for the club's 13th victory in the competition, scoring the first and setting up Yukari Kinga second at Stadium MK. And the result meant a winning farewell for Boss Kerr, who announced her intention to leave the club last week with the club bottom of the FA Women's Super League 1 table. In a repeat of the 2010 final, Arsenal quickly asserted their dominance in the 10th minute thunderbolt from Rachel Yankee Cannon back off the inside of the post. Smith screwed her shot wide when unmarked in the box less than a minute later, but England's record goal scorer quickly made amends. A foul by Toffee's left back Alex Greenwood on 15 minutes gave her the chance from a free kick, and she curled an unstoppable 20-yard effort into the left-hand corner of Rachel Brown finishes goal. After half-time, the Gunners picked up where they left off as Smith's 20-yard curled effort rebounded off the woodwork. The 35-year-old then turned provider on 61 minutes as Arsenal grabbed the deserved second from Japanese international Kinga, who calmly placed Smith's layoff into the bottom corner from 12 yards before Emma Mitchell hit the ball in the dying seconds. So, it is one of them ones, man. Oh. Well, that one's, hey, Women's FA Cup and the Men's FA Cup in one season for Arsenal.
There's something about the FA Cup.
It's one of them ones. Can Arsenal at the moment say maybe? As a club? Maybe not. Maybe not. But you know what? It is one of them ones where jump over to www.girlsontheball.com and see what Sophie and Rachel have got up on their website about the match, the FA Women's Cup final. They got a load of pictures at facebook.com/girlsontheball as well. So all good. But you know what? Russ Vernon, you had a result to drop in quickly before we move on, but it has to be quick.
Yes, in the Toulon tournament 2014, in the third place playoff, Ricardo Horta scored the only goal of the game as Portugal beat England by a goal to 0 in the third place playoff. And in the final, France lost 5-2 to Brazil. Alisson and Nielsen, Marquinhos and Telas got the goals for Brazil, while the back scored a brace for France. And Telos scored a goal on the 69th minute Big T's favour minute to score Brazil's fifth after France won 1-0 up. And then Brazil equalised and then they went 2-1 up France, but then Brazil just went comfortable winners in the finish to win the tournament that was played yesterday, June the 1st, 2014.
All good. Thanks for that, Russ. Oh, I love that. Brazil 7, Qatar. No, that's tremendous. Nah, that's quality stuff. Under 21's Toulon tournament. Looking good. But you know what? It is time for us to pause that particular track we're on. And thank you for that, Russ Vernon. Thank you very much. It's time for us to make up some gravy because I'm a bit hungry. I want a bit of gravy. Hey? No, I'm kidding.
You what?
Get me my Eccles cakes. No, I'm kidding, man.
You what? You what?
Hey, what's up with that later on in the show? But right now, it's time to go on to...
General Talking Points.
I like the way.
Minus 5 stars. Minus 5 stars.
Who are you, Stocks?
Minus 5 stars. Minus 5 stars.
Let's go.
I told her that ain't already. Okay.
Stop it. I like the way. 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 I like the way she does her thing.
Yeah, let's roll. Let's roll. Because let's roll into general talking points because
I'm back, baby.
Stop it.
I can't help it.
And we like the way. We like the way. We like the way she does her thing.
Who are you talking about? No,
I think you know.
I think you know. General talking points. Tottenham have put Pochettino on 5-year deal. Mauricio Pochettino has been appointed as the new head coach of Tottenham Hotspur on a 5-year deal. This is from the 27th of May 2014. The Argentine left his job at Southampton to take the position at White Hart Lane. Pochettino said this is a club with tremendous history and prestige. Sorry.
Wow.
I had to sneeze. And I am honoured to have been given this opportunity.
That wasn't a
to be
sneeze,
his
that
head
was a
coach.
snigger.
It was a what?
A snigger.
Glad you put an S in front of that.
Will you stop?
There is an abundance of top-class talent at the club, and I am looking forward to starting work with this club. Tottenham Hotspur has a huge following across the world. Really? And I have great admiration for the passion the fans show this team. Okay. We are determined to give the supporters the kind of attacking football and success that we are all looking to achieve. Chairman Daniel Levy added, in Mauricio, I believe we have a head coach who, with his high energy attacking football, will embrace the style of play we associate with our club. He has a proven ability to develop each player as an individual whilst building great team spirit and a winning mentality. We have a talented squad that Mauricio is excited to be coaching next season. You hope he is. But anyway, a funny tweet kind of came out of this actually because at Artwork Creative said, Spurs, 9 managers in 13 years, and Mauricio Pochettino is given a 5-year contract. Wishful thinking? Very interesting point there, but hold your thoughts on that for a moment because Brian McDermott, on the other side, one manager gets hired, the other one walks. Well, jumps before he was pushed again. Because on the 31st of May 2014, manager Brian McDermott has left Championship side Leeds United by mutual consent. The former Reading boss had been in charge since April 2013, having signed a 3-year contract. He helped keep the club in the Championship this season, during which time they were taken over by Italian businessman Massimo Cellino. Brian has been very understanding of my wish to implement a new structure, said Cellino. He is a great manager and a great guy. He has been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. Difficult circumstances. I'm gonna come back to that actually. Is one of them was when Cellino's deal to take the majority shareholding of Leeds from GFH Capital was confirmed in January. McDermott was sacked only to be reinstated a day later. Hold that one in mind because also a new deal signed So we've had one manager leaving one club to join another manager leaving, and one manager is staying put because Gus Poyet on the 28th of May 2014 signed a new deal at Sunderland. Sunderland boss Gus Poyet has ended speculation over his future by signing a new contract. The Black Cats confirmed on Wednesday evening that the 46-year-old Uruguayan who led the club to Barclays Premier League safety at the end of last season has put pen to paper on a deal which will keep him at the stadium until 2016. Poyet said, "I am delighted to extend my stay with Sunderland AFC after an unbelievable season and our famous Great Escape." Now, Liverpool have made their first signing of the transfer window, and they confirmed that came straight out of left field at the back end of last week, Ricky Lambert. The 32-year-old currently out in Miami
I want to stop
with
you.
England's World Cup squad underwent a medical on Saturday after a fee of $4 million was agreed with the Saints. Lambert is understood to have agreed a 2-year deal with the Anfield club, who actually released him as a 15.
I just want to point out, right? Did I not bring this to your attention? And you was like, "Come back to me when it's confirmed." Yeah? And then did I not today come back to you with the confirmation?
Yeah.
I just
After
saying.
I'd already heard the confirmation.
Just saying.
I retweeted the Liverpool tweet that about 7 o'clock this morning.
I'm just saying as all.
No, it's one of them ones. You know how? No, you
No,
know how
no,
I am
I know,
with
but
rumors.
I'm just.
No, you know how I am with rumors. I
know, but I'm just.
I was seeing the
You know
rumors.
Ray Hodgson confirmed it.
I heard that. I heard rumor that he had
Confirmed it live on TV.
But I didn't see.
After you confirmed it.
I didn't see that because I was working during England Peru, so I actually didn't see it.
As I say,
I saw
just-
England Peru on a delay about a day later.
On a delay.
How much
I just-
confirmation do you need?
An official tweet from the club. God damn it!
As I say, I just wanted to point out. I told you about that. So told you.
Actually, you weren't the one who originally told me about
Oh, will you stop?
No, I'm not even ripping you. No, it was actually Gary Patton. It was actually Gary Patton who I heard the rumor first from, because I was working and saw a text on my break, and
On his break, people.
big shout out to Gary Patton, aka Mr. Patton of R&B Wrestling, because he dropped me a Facebook message saying, "Hands off our players, final warning." And I was thinking, wait, what are you getting at here? And he said, "Oh yeah, Lambert looks like he's going to you lot, and you've been linked with Lallana." Well, we had been linked with Lallana anyway.
Yeah.
So the Lambert thing came out of left field. But you know what? Firstly, I'll start with Ricky Lambert. I'll start with this in reverse order. Ricky Lambert, for £4 million, I got no problem with that. Proven Premier League striker, goal scorer, and he's going to be back up. He's going to be back up to Suarez and Sturridge. What the hell is that? No, it's $4 million, mate.
No.
What's that?
32.
32 what?
32.
32 what?
32.
So what if he's 32?
I'm just saying.
Didn't I just say the word experienced backup and he's on a 2-year deal?
Yeah, the two-year deal.
What are you scoffing at? What signings have your boys made yet? There we go.
I'm just saying he's 32.
Yeah? Is there anything else there?
I'm just saying he's 32.
It's one of them ones. Yeah, those add-ons. Those add-ons apparently only apparently the add-ons only jack up the price by about $1 million and a half.
You've got Barini on loan.
Yeah, he's back now.
Yeah, he's gonna come back, but
Competition for places.
Competition
we're
for
gonna
places.
We're gonna be in the Champions League
you
next
never had places last season to have competition for places.
What?
For certain players that are coming back that had good seasons, you never had a competition. They never had a position in the team in the first place. Now they're gonna have to struggle against the likes of Lambert.
You do realize that the whole point of Barini going out on loan was to get the experience, like what United did with Welbeck, except.
But that doesn't. No, I'm personally, I'm not trying. I'm just trying to put a point across. I've seen it happen at Arsenal so many times where youngsters go out on loan. Yeah, and they get a fair good experience.
Flop and never come back.
No, they don't flop. They don't flop. Not all of them flop. They go out on loan. They get a fair.
Where's Frimpong?
Yeah, Frimpong dropped down to the low leagues, but he done that for.
And he's still dench.
But basically, that happened within the club. Yeah, where his demise came from. The likes of Carlos Vela. Let's look at his stats.
What, and the fact that you're apparently going to activate the buyback clause.
Yeah,
It's rumours. That's why I say
If that was to happen, it's not a bad move, considering buying back for 3 or 4 million and what 16 goals, 12 assists. Not a bad move.
Yeah.
Although
Lambert's not a bad move either.
Although if other rumours are to be believed about that deal, apparently he doesn't want to return. So
yeah.
Well, if other rumours are to believe, he's been actually tweeting how he loves Arsenal so much and stuff like that. You could and how he named his cat. He named his cat something stupid like Arsenal, something stupid like that.
Really.
Ridiculous
What,
stories
just
like
to
that.
kick it and say I kicked Arsenal in the back?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Apparently, there's so many rumours flying about.
Here's the thing, right?
I love the
If
fact.
I was going to name
I'm
a cat
hearing-
after Arsenal, anything Arsenal related, I would have gone with Highbury. That's what I would have named the cat.
The fact of the matter is, Lambert for 4 million is not too bad. The add-ons, those add-ons equaling 9 million. I'd love to see the sources that actually prove that, because those sources equaling 9 million. I read earlier today that the add-ons don't even come close to the 9 million that some media outlets have been quoting. So as said, you'll hear a lot of rumors, but 4 million. Mate, how are the add-ons gonna end up costing twice as much as the player? That doesn't even make sense. You know what? You know one of them ones where that's why I don't believe rumors, because that doesn't even make sense. Add-ons equaling 9 million, so £5 million worth of add-ons for a £4 million player. That doesn't even make sense.
But
And
the thing that
it's experienced backup, especially for, like I said to you guys on WhatsApp, experienced backup mainly for the Premier League.
Yeah.
While Suarez and Sturridge, they're the main men. They're the main man. They're the main man. They're the main man. They're the main man. So it's one of them ones. That's the way I see it. I don't mind that. That's not Lambert. Let's not get this wrong. Yeah, Lambert is a Liverpool supporter. Always has been. So he's gonna come to the club. He's gonna be up for it. He's gonna want to do well. And we ain't talking Liverpool supporter like Craig Bellamy or Robbie Keane, who support every team they've been to. But the fact of the matter is, hey, there's picture proof of him being a Liverpool supporter anyway. Same deal with Russell Howard too. That's a different issue. But the fact of the matter is, experienced backup, good player. He's already done well in the Premier League for the past couple of seasons. Fine, happy with that. Lallana is rumours at the moment. Rumour has it, we've tabled a 25 million bid. Rumours.
I only have one issue with Lambert joining, right?
What's that?
And I think
he's not our marquee signing.
No. I'm not even. That wasn't even the point I was going to make. What I think it points towards is a plan B, right? Because when you
second person I've seen.
when you look at the nucleus in terms of how it works, right? Suarez, Sturridge, as you look like to call him, and of course Barini, they all have pace, right? Somewhat electric pace at that. So when you go to Ricky Lampert now, by comparison, there's an absence of pace. So does that mean that the team is going to play differently when he's leading the line?
Well, we naturally play to feet anyway, so he can be a very good link-up.
No, I'm not saying that he's not going to be effective. I'm just saying by comparison to playing with somebody like Barini, Sturridge, as you lot call him, or Suarez, where you can play the ball in behind, right? With Lambert and his comparative lack of pace, is that possible?
Well, he'll be a link man to one of the others.
But this is what I mean.
That be the thing. You can't if you're taking one touch like the boot and threading it through like the Bushi did for Remy, then that's not necessarily slowing down an attack.
No, but what I'm saying is, right? Remy also had the pace to just burn on that particular goal.
True, but the Bushi ain't pacey.
I'm saying.
No,
I'm saying that the thing is, the signing of Lambert for me indicates that when he plays, the style of play will change accordingly, which means that there's a plan B.
Yeah.
Whereas with Suarez and Sturridge, you pretty much have one way to play.
Yeah. And it wasn't that bad.
Pace, baby. Pace, baby. I'm just saying.
And that, all right, well, it worked last season.
I'm not saying it didn't work. I'm not saying it's not effective. I'm just saying that with this edition, there's obviously something else to go to now.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, you pretty much had one way and that was it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of somewhere else to go, Pochettino For me, Pochettino, in terms of leaving Southampton to go to Tottenham, he's left the team with unlimited potential to go to a team who are perennial failures. With perennial failures with a meddling chairman, and that's not a smart move. I don't think it's the smartest move. Because either he's gonna have to get the best out of that 100 million worth of average Jay Brown talent, apart from Christian Eriksen, that was spent last season, or he's gonna have to start shipping people out at a cost. Daniel Levy's a businessman. We know that.
I think you'll see a combination of both of those things. The other thing as well is that, you know, realistically speaking, if you know what we're really talking about is opportunity. That's what we're talking about. And will Mauricio Pochettino have a chance to manage a club of the stature of Spurs again in the recent future? Probably not. So that's why
he'll get better.
That's why he jumps at the chance. Now the real question. G-Man just laughing, but it's so funny. But no, I mean, the thing that I actually wonder about is what happens to Southampton now. That's what I wonder about, because you have that one's for Mr. Bailey. But you have Lambert leaving. There's talk of Lallana potentially leaving. There's talk of Shaw leaving.
Lovren.
I'm saying all of your key players now, all of a sudden jumping ship. So what happens to that team? Like one or two, you say, yeah, all right, you know, you can survive the standard cherry pick, but they're not Udinese. You see what I mean? Where literally most of your best players leave every season apart from your captain, and somehow you're still challenging. You see what I mean? So what I'm worried about.
You would have went Arsenal in that example.
But I'm talking about more than one of your best players leaving at the same time. That's what I mean.
I thought you were talking about Arsenal.
Stop it. But that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the ripple effect for Southampton. The other thing as well is that with this big deal, with him signing on essentially the reputation he's gained as a...
What's he doing?
I don't know. There wasn't brushing any dirt off his shoulder. Yeah. But yeah, with him signing this deal based on the reputation that he gained as of the performances last season, what I'm wondering is, can he actually bring that to that Spurs team? The other thing as well, looking at it honestly, right, those players weren't necessarily performing terribly under Tim Sherwood. They really weren't. And
yeah, but we always knew that was going to be a short-term thing because he was only on an 18-month contract.
It was, and the get-out clause was always there in front of everybody's face for those who wanted to see it, you know. But at the same time, as I say, when you have certain players in that dressing room who are actually behind Tim Sherwood, want him to have time, and I honestly feel like if he had, you know, another season to go into where he can sign one or two players, you'd probably see even more improvement from that team, you know. For those players now to suddenly have to go and accept another change of regime, so you've got, you know,
take time.
New managers, new assistant coaches, interpreters. I'm just like, is that really the best thing in terms of continuity for those players and where the club wants to go?
Well, would you say the same thing about Moyes leaving United and Van Gaal coming in there?
I would beg to differ with that. The reason why I beg to differ with that is that we're talking about two totally different scenarios, in that if certain reports are to be believed, players and former coaches have all come out and said the same thing, which is essentially David Moyes didn't listen, right? And for me, my thing with that is, if more than one person in different positions is saying the same thing, there has to be a big slice of truth in there somewhere in that pie. So I'm looking at it, I'm saying, well, the other thing is Manchester United aren't Tottenham. They're not. And we're looking at, you know...
Yeah, you were worse than them last season.
Will you stop? Anyway, when we're looking at the financial impact of that, there's so many knock-ons.
The financial impact of not being as bad as Tottenham, even though you were worse.
Will you stop? But no, like, seriously, there's so many other factors at play in this. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I honestly believe David Moyes lost the dressing room completely. That there was no one
lost the dressing room, then lost his job.
Literally, there was no one advocating for him to stay at any point. I think the players themselves were utterly confused. If you look at most of the performances last season under David Moyes, and the change was needed. It was necessary. You know, I really don't think there was any other way to go unless you wanted to accept the fact that yes, this is what Manchester United are now, and nobody, you know, supporting the club, in the club, around the club, you know, accepts that at all. You know, I said it, you know, at the start of the season, said in the middle of the season, I said at the end of his tenure, he was out of his depth. He totally underestimated what it means to be Manchester United manager, much less to be the one that's chosen by Sir Alex Ferguson to be his predecessor. So, you know,
all right. Well, let's start this back
sorry.
Let's start this back into Pochettino and the other
yeah. So
deals.
as I say, I think
Because
that-
Poyet signing a new deal at Sunderland is fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to touch on
That's
Pochettino
great.
anyway. So
Yeah,
there's a few
yeah.
points that you brought up in terms
All
of
right, both of you.
in terms of Tottenham. Yeah, if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be seriously alarmed at the moment.
Why?
And the reason why I'm going to say that is
Because West Ham are mocking the treble.
no, it's got nothing to do with West Ham and that funny T-shirt that they got. But you know, but in terms of
Stand up if you hate Tottenham.
Tottenham, yeah. 2 seasons ago, they had Harry Redknapp.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp was on a very good thing. He was distracted. He was distracted by the likes of England.
Yes.
So they decided to part company with him over that situation.
Even though they had a good
He's gone.
A real good thing.
He's gone to
going,
QPR.
yeah.
He's gone to QPR. They've dropped down. He's brought them back up first
Yeah.
time round.
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp has proved his credentials. That's a very good manager, you know, that has proved his credentials.
Go on.
Right, AVB, who then they then signed, is a treble winning manager.
Yeah.
He got
The
got
short
signed-
end of the stick at Chelsea.
He got signed to Chelsea, short end of the stick at Chelsea, yeah, you know, but in that, you know, he's still got his credentials behind him. Who has done the treble?
Well, look,
What manager has done the treble? He's one of Tottenham's best managers. Tim Sherwood comes along. He then goes and betters that record. Being an Arsenal man, he would.
That win percentage was good.
That win percentage was good, yeah. And he wanted to, he had a different way of thinking, different style of system, and different characteristics to him as a person.
Yes.
Yeah, in the way he dealt with the media and everyone. And you would have thought, you know what, maybe Tottenham might have been edgy and tried something different here, you know, as you've seen the likes of Man United, you just touched on, who Alex Ferguson left. They brought in David Moyes, who never really
Ultimately flopped.
well, ultimately flopped because he never really had the credentials. He had the credentials of running a mid-table team,
Yeah.
or better half, top 8, yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like when it came to the Galactico, yeah, of football, it's like totally out of his region and his remit.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Now Pochettino, in my eyes, yeah, all right, it's the same sort of situation. He's at Southampton. He's got the freedom to do whatever he wants there. Yeah. Like Southampton are looking and begging for someone that's going to bring a style of play, going to bring freedom, going to attract fans, new fanship from the Portsmouth fans, like, you know, that are probably defecting and stuff like that in that area because they're so close knitted and stuff. And it's like he's going to go to Tottenham, a club who have, you know, just spent wasted 100 million last season, yeah, and in my eyes, they got rid of a very capable two managers, yeah, and you're gonna go there. Are they gonna give you money? You said that. Are they gonna give him money for one? Two, if he has to work with these players, we already knows the bad seeds in there. Tim Sherwood's outed some of the bad seeds. He must have heard who the bad seeds are. Are they gonna work underneath him?
Yeah.
And if they do, are other players gonna get unnerved by this?
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it's like a very bad situation for him to put himself in, because himself is going to know, I want to build on top of this. You know, can he build on it? Everyone else is going to be improving, you know, their squads.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I hear that.
how quick and effectively can he get them playing the style of football that Tottenham need to be playing, or get results?
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting point that you make about the money, because that leads to what signings will he make. What players can he attract to somebody like Tottenham that he couldn't attract to, say, Southampton? And what Southampton players would he want to bring to him? Because let's be honest, you know, almost every manager takes at least one player from their former club with them anyway. So that's going to be interesting to see who he brings in. The other thing as well, with so much chopping and changing, as that tweet pointed out, it's going to be really, really difficult. Do you know what I mean? In the NFL, for example, and I know I keep crossing back over to that. You know, when teams fire their head coaches and other new head coaches come in, new assistants come in, we're talking about new playbooks, new philosophies, changing of schemes in a lot of cases. You know, and essentially it's the same thing with Tottenham here again with Pochettino, his assistants, and you know what he wants to go and do. Now the question is, are the players willing to adapt to that? Do they want to adapt to that? And you know, how is that all going to work out in terms of that integration and what their aims are going to be for the season? And that's the other thing. You have to look at what the chairman Daniel Levy is actually going, what he wants out of this, because if
Well,
this
you know he's
if
going to
this-
end up meddling again.
more than likely. And the thing is that if it's not to his liking at all, then you know, you have to say that even though he's on a 5-year deal, he'll be shown the door. I mean, as a kind of comparison, let's look at Alan Pardew, right, and his contract deal at Newcastle. Right, if Newcastle continue to underperform, never matter how long he's got in his contract, he's out the door. He's getting a severance package, and that's it. So, is it a really, really good move for him in that sense? I would say no.
I don't think it's a good move for Poch.
Because if it goes south at any point within that time frame, you know, Daniel Levy's already shown, look, he's not going to be afraid to let him go. That 5 years is not 5 years. It's more or less a pay-as-you-manage contract, which he would have been better off signing, to be fair.
But then the thing is, you got on the flip side, you got Poyet's deal, which is fantastic for Sunderland. That's smart.
Absolutely
That's
brilliant.
a smart deal.
Absolutely
That's
brilliant.
consolidation. That's very, very smart. But then you got Brian McDermott on the other side, who, you know what, Brian McDermott, as much as I don't like to be jaded or a cynic, it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. It was either McDermott was going to jump or he was going to be pushed. I mean, come on, let's be honest about this. From time, where was it?
From when, man?
Where was it? He has been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. And that was Massimo Cellino who said that. Hey, Massimo, you were the one who created those difficult circumstances, you moron. What? When I was reading that out, I thought to myself, hold on. He's been unfortunate to work in such difficult circumstances. Mate, you created them. You made his position untenable by sacking him before you'd even taken over the club and then reinstating him a day later. How the hell is someone supposed to manage and get the respect of the players when the owner's doing that straight away? How the bomber are you gonna do that?
La Bamba.
I mean, it's one of them was. La bomba. Cellino's crazy, but the fact of the matter is, McDermott, it was always gonna happen.
Well, I look
It was
at
always
it,
gonna happen. I said Sunderland smart, Tottenham smart to get a good up and coming manager.
Yes.
Pochettino not smart joining Tottenham. As said, you've gone from a team with infinite potential to a team of perennial failures with a meddling chairman. Good luck, Mauricio, because you're gonna need it. But the fact of the matter is, Brian McDermott, it was always gonna happen. Writing was on the wall as soon as Cellino breezed in and sacked him straight away. Writing was on the wall.
I agree with you about the Sunderland holding on
Leeds
to.
are a mess.
I agree with you about
Leeds are
Sunderland
a
holding
mess.
on to Poyet. I think that's a very, very. I think that's a smooth move, to quote Chris Smoove. Just because.
Smooth I know is JB.
So, you know, for me, he's more than earned that deal. It'll be interesting to see what kind of leeway he gets this coming season, how much money he gets, who's able to bring in, and if they're able to actually build and expand on, their run at the end of the season. I mean, can they bring that end of season form to the start of the season or the middle of the season, shall we say? That will be what's interesting going forward. But in terms of Cellino and Brian McDermott, I look at Vincent Tan and Malky Mackay. And I say essentially, we're looking at the same scenario repeating itself over again. Over and over again. Like literally, because
over and over and over and over and over, the morons in the game of football. I don't know where these meddling chairmen come from. But anyway, it's one of them.
yeah. So as I say, for me, I'm really not sure as to how that dynamic is gonna work at all. I'm really not. But you know what? I think it's about that time that we ask somebody with ties to the club okay, who loves the club a lot more than me. Because I'll be honest, most people I know hate Leeds. no, I'm
Being a
joking.
Man United supporter, I'd expect that.
No, I'm
Football
joking.
Round is joking.
But no, Mr. Rusty Lee.
AKA Russ Vernon. What's your view? You wanted to jump in on McDermott and if you want to mention something about the other deals, feel free. Russ Vernon, floor is yours, dude. McDermott, what do you reckon?
Well, to be honest, for me, when I first heard about it, I was a bit surprised because I was on the way back from Wembley when the news broke on the McDermott situation, and my cousin gave me a phone call, and when we surviving then, so meaning I'm on the way back surviving still, so I'm like, yes, and he went, where you ain't got a manager anymore, I'm like, what? And then he went, McDermott's left by mutual consent. At first I thought it was joking, but I then saw it. There's some text messages that I got, and for me, I'd just like to read you a little bit of this statement from what Brian McDermott had to say when, finally, to the incredible force that is the Leeds United supporters. Now, for my heartfelt thanks, your support of me and the players was always an inspiration. I urge every one of you to get behind the team and the new owner next season to get us back where we need to be, fighting for trophies and competing at the top table of English and European football. It won't be easy, but marching on together, we can get there. I wish Massimo and all my friends at Ellen Road every success in the future. And from me, Brian, and from every Leeds United fan, thank you for your efforts in time at Ellen Road. That was, I agree with SSLJ, Liam Angel, that the writing was on the wall when Cellino came in, but when I first heard an interview with Cellino on the club's official TV channel and said he under difficult circumstances no had to work into, me and my dad thought it was going to be keeping him on, but obviously they decided to go a different way. He's actually come out and said to a reporter who's been speaking to him on a regular basis, saying that Benito Carboni won't be in charge of the club next season. He's going to be taking charge of the under-21s. Elsewhere in the Leeds United world, today the Leeds players met for the first time with new owner and club president Massimo Cellino. Cellino told the Leeds United website, I met all the players on Monday and they showed me they wanted to stay at the club. They work for the club, not Massimo Cellino. The respect and they showed me respect and have a fantastic professionalism towards the club. We have a better team than we first thought. All the players are hungry to be involved in this new project at Leeds United. He also confirmed today, Cellino, that the Leeds United playing staff will now take a 2-week break before returning for pre-season training on the 26th of June. And we head out to Italy for a pre-season date, which dates are yet to be confirmed on that one as well.
You know what, Russ, you know what? I got a question for you. Wait, hold on. I swear part of that quote I just heard was, we work for the club, not Cellino.
Yes, that's what Cellino said today on the website, speaking to the website after meeting all the players this afternoon.
But was it the players who said we work for the club, not Cellino?
Yes, that's what the players said to Cellino in the meeting, that they work for the club, not him.
Do you know it? Do you know what? The reason why I wanted you to clarify that is because, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but that kind of line being said by the players, you've already got a problem.
Oh,
you've already got a problem. If it's not one team, one dream, you're screwed. And you know what, Russ? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
I'm afraid he's got some bad news.
I've heard about that guy. Someone Barrett or something like that.
Sorry, I had to do it.
No, but the fact of the matter is, if you've got the players coming out and saying, we don't work for you, we work for the club, that's basically kind of, it's not a mutiny, but it does not sound good, because then it means that if the chairman hands down an edict, people are not going to listen to it.
Absolutely.
So it shows that there's a clear division between the players and upper management, and we've seen companies have divisions between the talent and upper management before. Remember WCW? Where are they now? So It's one of them ones. It's not good. Yeah, exactly. Jamie Bailey just said Moyes at Man United. It's one of them ones. When you've got divisions between upper management or management and chairman and that kind of thing, and the players, and they're public about, and they come out about it in public, or at least in a public forum, and that gets leaked to the public, you're screwed. I'm sorry, but you're screwed.
And
No,
also,
I
I just want
agree.
to point out there was some paper talk and rumours going on about Ross McCormack leaving. He's come out and said on his official Twitter feed, Ross McCormack 44, give him a follow and tell him I sent you. He said the paper talk is just lazy, as they know they had a good relationship with Brian McDermott, and he will be staying with the league, with the club, and try to help us get back to the top flight of English football. And also, while I just want to shout out to one of my good friends, Rose Mousley, who's in this evening. She doesn't mind football, she just watches the World Cup. And she said when she knew I was going to be speaking on tonight's programme, she said she would tune in. So I to hers, and her sister Tara was probably tuning in with her as well. And if you guys will do me a favour, Liam, G-Man and Jesse, give Rose a wave on the camera and say hello to her, please, as well.
What is up? What is
That's
up,
really
Rose?
good.
What is up?
Who's Rose? Who's Rose?
He's just mentioned.
G-Man, you're asking who Rose is? Rose is a good friend of mine, and I've met her through her sister Tara, who probably tuned in as well with her, 'cause they share the same bedroom, so they're probably tuned in together this evening. So, hi to Tara and to Rose. Thank you for listening to Pitch Talk, your Monday night footballing fix. Stay with us for the rest of the evening.
Oh, good, man. Oh, good. It's one of them ones, man. No, that is. Gee, man, you're terrible. Nah, all good, man. But the fact of the matter is,
when he goes to get, it's orange juice break.
Yeah, the juice.
I'm like, can we not just like pull it up and just start again now that he's gonna put his head back on?
Well, I suppose we could.
Reload.
I just want to say a big shout out to Rose and her friend who are right now watching us.
I thought it was her sister.
It's the G-Man, Jesse Fizzle, and the LJ right here, sending a big shout out to you two girls, special ladies out there, Russ's friends, and we just want to say.
Why is he putting on that voice? Why is he talking like that?
Because his theme song's on right now. That's what it is. If you don't know, now you know.
After what I've heard about the G-Man's weekend, yes, this should be a sweet song. But then after Wembley Way, it should be yours.
International
player. G-Man and Jesse Fizzle.
I'm just saying, my theme song is so slightly different.
Working with the ladies. I love it. It's tremendous. But you know what, Jamie Bailey, you wanted to jump in on some of these topics as well. Floor is yours, man. Have at it before we move on.
Yeah, I'm just watching Crime Watch.
Why would you be watching Crime Watch? You're not looking out for Friends again, are you?
I think I am, but you know what? I'll leave that to somebody else.
Jesse just gave me the Jesus face palm almost.
No, I was just gonna say, looking back at the three sort of decisions over the last week, 7 days, most of them just seem a bit pointless. The Chilino one was I almost saw that coming, and I still don't know if he actually is the owner of the club.
Well, he is at the moment, but he is actually still waiting on a written response from the Italian court that was going through proceedings about his I think it was tax evasion. So he could. So basically, he could still get indicted. You know how to get out. He could still get indicted as Leeds chairman. So it's one of them.
Put it this way: he's not likely to be getting it any time before the current season. If I know what laws are like.
Yeah.
As far as I see with Poyet, does anybody want to correct me on the name? No?
Gus Poyet.
There you go. I said Poyet.
Same difference, really, but go
Same
on.
difference. Yeah. As far as I see with Gus Poyet, he's found his place, I would say, with Sunderland. Considering what happened at Brighton, and that was over another coach literally taking a dump in the Crystal Palace changing room.
Well, that was never proven. That's rumor. That was never ever proven that Poyet did that. It was never.
He didn't. That's what I'm saying. Another coach did it.
So all I can say, it was never.
Another
proven.
coach. That's what I'm saying. Another coach did it because one of the players that I know, who are now sort of one of the, I think one of the Premiership's most skillful players of the season.
Well, Yannick Bolasie, yeah.
Yeah. He was.
Have you, I want to ask you a question actually. Have you promoted PT to Yannick Bolasie?
I don't get to see him as much. Obviously, there's
No, but whenever you've seen him, have you been able to promo the show?
Have you been telling him that you've been bigging him up on Pitch Talk? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
because
he's
like
probably
how when you was with Arsenal ladies,
I
I'd
don't
always
know.
ask, but did you chat to Alex Scott though? I'm saying.
With Alex Scott, I couldn't actually talk to her within the 2 weeks that I was actually at the club.
I know, but I'm saying in the case of Yannick, have you been telling him that you've been praising him? You know, on
I've
the
not
show?
really seen him in the last. Put it this way, I've not seen a lot of people in the last 4 months. So I wouldn't know if I couldn't really say to him listen to Pitch Talk when he's been out with Crystal Palace, gone to New York, come back. He was at the fight on Saturday, which Nathan Arsenal was as well.
By the way, big shout out to Nathan Arsenal, aka Nathan McCreef, who also featured in Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014, and also a big shout out to Matt Whitfield and Elliot Waller, who we actually also wanted to get, and Jamie Bailey as well. We wanted to get the three of you, being that your PT family, we wanted to get you guys on Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final. Hull v Arsenal. There was a chance, but hey, it's one of them ones. One can't grieve forever.
That is.
But
Sorry,
anyway, but in terms of promoing the show, to Yannick Bolasie, hey, you got to promo it to him, man. It's one of them ones you never know. Somewhat. So how do you know if someone's going to listen or not if you don't tell them about it? Tell them. Tell them. Bomba, tell them.
No, it's just yeah. I'm gonna go straight back to what I was talking about, considering that.
Anyway, back to the story.
Verbal round on Mill Strike One. Have at it, man, before we move on.
Yeah, literally, if I look at all three of them, considering that I've just been given a position to coach under 16s in a Jewish setup, it'll be amateur level. It'll be interesting to see how some of those really plan out. Whether Leeds United will have the same owner by the start of the season is a different story. Whether Tottenham Hotspur actually managed to adhere to a 5-year contract would be funny just to watch. And I think with the Sunderland one, congrats, and I think he's found his feet in the Premiership. I think Di Canio, his predecessor, has already come out saying that he's still looking for a job. But I would say he might as well just become somebody's secretary before he starts blowing up something else.
You're going to say something else. It's like Bill Bailey. Hey, Asda, I ain't going to be your... No. I love that, sir.
No, I just think that for me it's just one of those ones. Why would you pretty much kick your players off the pitch? Why would you try and stand in front of the your fans? And if you're going to be, everybody's going to see what you really are like if they're going to be putting you in a position of power.
Well, that's the past. And at the end of the day, just to kind of wrap this up, is the case of Poyet Sunderland signing Poyet to a new deal. Smart move. Liverpool getting Lambert, I'm actually quite happy with that. I think it's a smart move. McDermott leaving Leeds, we're always going to see that come. We always saw that coming anyway. And Pochettino, I don't know if it's a smart move in moving to Tottenham, but hey. But you know what? It is one of them. It is one of them ones where time is pressing on. But we just wanted to go over this point quickly before we move on. And that point is Spain's star Villa moves to New York. New York City FC have confirmed the capture of Atletico Madrid and Spain striker David Villa, who becomes their first ever player. Villa, who helped Atletico Madrid win last season's Spanish league title, will join the new club who will begin playing in the MLS in 2015. The deal is arguably the biggest signing made by an MLS team since David Beckham joined LA Galaxy, with the 32-year-old Villa a current world champion. Villa signed a 3-year deal with New York City FC, who are jointly owned by Premier League side Manchester City and baseball's New York Yankees, kind of a co-franchise of each other. And basically, yeah, this is a historic and exciting moment for the City family and the building of the New York City Football Club, said their chief executive, Ferran Soriano. You know what? Yeah, that's quite an interesting one. We wanted to mention this at least in passing. Big shout out to Miss Irene Bonilla. Big time shout out. I hope you're having fun in Madrid. But the fact.
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
But it's one of them ones. The fact of the matter is, hopefully this does not trigger an Atletico Madrid exodus. I'm hoping they hold on to their better players, especially hoping Costa doesn't go to Chelsea if rumours are to be believed. But the fact of the matter is, it's a big watershed moment for New York City FC to sign a player the caliber of Villa. Now, the only thing is, some may see it as he's not been the same player since he came back from that horrific leg injury.
Yeah, I would be one of those people. So I think
that would be the only one. It's a big move, but in terms of European football, it's not the biggest. If they were to have taken Luis Suarez now, that would have been huge.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be realistic.
But no one's taking it.
That's not going to happen. But I mean, in terms of him breaking into a new market, in terms of him being able to extend his playing career, it makes perfect sense. I mean, if we look at, for example, Thierry Henry and him going over to the MLS, that has done wonders for extending his playing career, done wonders for him establishing himself in New York, establishing himself as a brand, and in terms of him setting up his future away from football, absolutely immense for what it's done for him. So I think, maybe David Villa is thinking along the same lines, wants to continue playing while he can, continue to get a paycheck. But then I would say this, if it was more about the paycheck, right, which I don't think it is. I think it's more about literally going to New York and being in New York. Because it's up to you, New York, New York.
If we can make it there, wherever.
But no,
it's just every time I think of New York, I'm thinking D-Generation X. The X in New York in '98 before SummerSlam was hilarious. If I pulled that, does that start your motor? That is such a Liberty comment.
But no, the point I was making was if it was about the money, he could have gone to the UAE or over to Saudi and played over there. And
where?
The UAE or Saudi.
Saudi.
But
Sorry, it's that Russell Peters jokes. It's that Saudi. Well, wait, it's like wait. Why is he saying like this? That is the Quran 12 saying it is Saudi. He said Saudi. I love that Russell Peters joke.
But yeah, so for me, I think as Mr. Bailey points out, he wants to play, and the MLS does seem to be the place to go to end your career.
Yeah.
Look at, for example,
just like Chelsea with managers.
Stop it. But look at Robbie Keane as well, because he's over there now. David Beckham was there for a few years, and I say now we have Thierry Henry. So it seems to be one of those places where shall we say fading stars rather than shooting stars. That's where they go in order to continue their career. Continue playing, continue to build a brand, and as I say, break ground in a new market. So if that's what David Villa's aim is, best of luck to him and congratulations on the move. But the other thing that this raises is in terms of another question is, who do Atletico get to replace him now?
Yeah, that's the big
you know,
thing.
predominantly he played wide left and could do a shift up front if he had to. So ideally, you're looking at another player with the same versatility. If Costa goes, you're looking to replace him. If Courtois goes back to Chelsea, then you're looking to replace him. I believe Thiago's actually going back to Chelsea, so you have to replace him. There's going to be so many holes in the squad by the start of next season. It's going to be quite interesting to see what they do.
Very much so. Very much so. Big shout out to Matt Whitfield, who's actually joined us in the chat, and a big shout out to Elliot Waller, who joined us in the chat for a bit earlier, as well. But you know what? I got to ask. Are you ready?
For?
G-Man and Jesse Fizzle, are you ready?
For?
Tonight on Pitch Talk. I
it.
can't do that guy from the Crap Factor, but I know one of my former IBIS teammates, Ben Newman, used to do it brilliant. He used to do it where he used to be like, introducing Nicholas Boyd. He used to be brilliant. He could do the cadence in the voice and everything. But it is about that time, because it's about to go down. I'll be watching Real Housewives of Hollywood again. But you know, right, so we'll cough, it's like scared alive out. It do sound like Jada Kiss. But it is time for us. It is time for us to move and groove on, because it's time for
Crossroads.
Yeah. Crosswords. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh what? Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm back, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Cause I told her that ain't my baby. No.
What?
Came out of nowhere. I was just trying to rhyme and
What? You should retire right now.
Yeah, no, I retired from rapping last year or something. Couple random in the track one. Not before releasing the Straight Shooting Sagas Part 1. Couple random in the track one. Mixcloud.com/Straight Shooting LJA. Yeah, anyway, you can find the mashups there that I did on Storm FM 2. That's how you call. That's what you call crowbar and instant promo.
And cross promotion as well.
Yeah, you're damn right. But it's one of them was big shouts to Storm FM actually. You know what? Yeah, it is one of them ones where the grassroots segment always starts off with a shout out to the Glemnet Southern Amateur League at Glemnet SAL, www.southernamateurleague.co.uk. And also facebook.com/VSAL1907. You know what? Yeah. In fact, that it's going to be interesting because this Friday is the SALAGM annual general meeting. So that's going to be very interesting. Big shout out to the Amateur FA as well, AFA, at Amateur FA on Twitter and www.amateur-fa.com. You know what? Big shout outs to Ibis Football Club. ibisfootballclub@gmail.com is where you need to get the information from, and where you need to email if you want to join the likes of Jamie Bailey and the G-Man playing for us, especially playing in the fours as well. I was proud to lead the fours last season, to be honest. Also, you can see my season review, my brief season review of the fours, and find out who the players of the season, most appearances, most goals, all of that kind of good stuff. youtube.com/Ibis Football Club. That's where you can find it. But facebook.com/IBIS.FC, ibis.fc, twitter.com/IBIS_football, at IBIS_football, and IBISFC.co.uk is the official website. Yeah, match days are Saturdays when we start up again in September, and pre-season training will be starting up again very, very soon. But you know what? With Ibis this summer, like we mentioned last week, the Ibis Run for Mr. Rob Evans. As I said last week, on the 23rd of June 2013, Ibis FC tragically lost a friend and teammate, Rob Evans, who died competing in the Nice Ironman. Rob was a real inspiration to everyone at the club. He always trained hard, played hard, and competed with a smile on his face. Off the pitch, Rob was a total gent and a good friend to many. Rob's untimely death has had a big impact on all of us at Ibis FC. You know what? It is one of them ones. Some of the guys from Ibis, I think we've got 23 of us so far, are running in the Hackney Half Marathon. So runhackney.com/half-marathon. runhackney.com/half-marathon is where you can go to sign up for the half marathon, and also www.justgiving.com/teams/IBISFC run for Rob. That's www.justgiving.com/teams/IBISFC run for Rob is where you need to go. To find out all the information about Run for Rob. The two causes are the East Anglian Air Ambulance, www.eaaa.org.co.uk, and the Multiple Sclerosis Therapy Centre in South Yorkshire, www.mstherapysyorks.co.uk. That's www.mstherapysyorks.co.uk. The club intend to split the proceeds of the fundraising 50-50. So there's two great causes to donate to, and guys, good luck on the run. I'm sorry I couldn't be there due to work. So it's one of them ones. Good luck on the run, guys. And there will be actually t-shirts made as well. So big shout out to Pete Snell, aka Snellers, one of my Forza teammates, who is actually making up the t-shirts because he's a graphic designer by trade. So and the initial target is £5,000. So it's one of them ones, man. Get donating. Run for Rob. Ibis FC Run for Rob. In memory of Mr. Rob Evans, former Ibis FC player.
But before we move on, I just want to say, you know what? I think Run for Rob is a fantastic cause. Rob, rest in peace. You know, and I'll be donating as well. So, you know what?
Same here.
Make sure you get your donations in, and best of luck to the guys that are running it. And I think, you know, I think it's a great way to honor Rob. So, Run for Rob, just giving, get running. Let's get it done.
Definitely. Remember, facebook.com/ibis.fc and at ibis_football and ibisfc.co.uk for more information on that. You know what? We introduced a couple of weeks ago Mr. Chris Bullock, who runs Kick for Life. And you know what? At Kick for Life, the number 4, Kick for Life, at Kick for Life on Twitter and facebook.com/Kick for Life, and kickforlife.org is where you need to go. But you know what? We got Chris Bullock in the house with us. Chris, what's been happening this week in the world of Kick for Life? What's been happening?
Evening. We had a championship game this weekend. So obviously we won the A Division South. They got us promoted to the Premier League. And then this weekend we played at the National Stadium for the Lesotho Liberia Africa Cup of Nations qualifying game to decide who would be the overall A Division champions. So we took on a team called Kwalo, who won the A Division North, and beat them 3-0. So we won a trophy and the gold medals and a nice bit of prize money as well. So a fantastic day.
Champione, 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 champione.
Yeah, that was that.
Champione.
I thought championes were mushrooms, not it's campiones. Dave Spikey, man, I love that. Mushrooms, you want mushrooms?
But no, congratulations on
Congrats, man.
That's an awesome season. And you are the champions, my friend.
Oh God, we need to stop him singing that. Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014. You'll hear some more of Jazzy Fizzle singing. And also, we got some interesting bonus material coming soon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know where we're going with that, Jesse. You know where we're going with that. That was quite fun.
Oh my goodness. But no, make sure you check out that Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014 video. Went up this week. The other thing I wanted to say as well, in terms of Kick for Life, fantastic achievement this season, and we're hoping that once we get to the Premier League, Kick for Life are able to stabilise and maybe, you know, another season, 2, possibly 3, push on for the Premier League title.
Yeah, it's definitely what we're aiming for. So yeah, next year's about staying up, but if we can do that, we've got a lot of good things in place. We've got some big plans that I hope you see us push on, and I think in a few years' time we'll be the biggest club in Lesotho, at least in Lesotho, maybe the whole of Africa eventually.
No, I'm really looking forward to that, and as you know, obviously you have 3 very, very big supporters of Kick for Life right here on your Monday Night Footballing Fix.
Definitely.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Nah, all good, man. All good. You know what? Also, I just want to switch for a second. Back to Twitter. Big shout out to Big T, who said he'll be tuning in on YouTube. Throw them T's up for Big T as well. Then he said he lost his voice due to the wine.
He lost his voice.
But he said he might just phone in keep that on vibrate. All I can say is wine, girl, wine for Big T. Wine, girl, cause Big T's birthday's coming up. No, I heard I lost my voice because of the wine. The wine must have been good
to
lose your voice.
Oh my goodness. All I'm saying is one half of the tag team champions of the world.
The bionic darky straight shooting LJA. The troublesome lighty Big T. The Pitch Talk Wrong'uns.
Y'all need Jesus.
You know what? Yeah. No, you know, I think Big T actually has sent this text message in. England football friendlies are like my ex-girlfriend's sex life. They only happen a few times a year and inevitably disappoint the people watching.
Oh my God.
The people.
In that case, it was not we, the people.
Oh my God. Gotta give a big time shout out to at Sam Greenham 1996. Who tweeted us earlier at 7:51 saying, just watching a Pitch Talk video from the FA Cup final, gutted about the result, but but we will be back. So Sam Greenham, thank you so much for watching it. And also he's asked thoughts on the whole being linked with Tottenham's Jake Livermore and Michael Dawson for 10 million. Do you rate them both? Ironically enough, Jake Livermore was actually brought up in the Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014 video. Yeah. You got to watch the video to know why he's brought up. But it's one of them ones. Very interesting. Very interesting there. Jake Livermore's not too bad. Still young. And Michael Dawson for 10 mil. It's not. That's
the two of them as a package deal.
Yeah, two of them for 10 mil, pretty good.
That's not bad. The other thing is as well with Jake Livermore, he's a youngster that's on the rise at Hull, and I think the best place for him to be right now is Hull. So if he leaves and goes anywhere else, I think his career will be taking a backward step, in my honest opinion. So for him to stay there, continue his growth and development, nothing but good can come from that. I think with Dawson, you're getting a really experienced defender, especially with him going into Europe, which is what you're going to need. Yeah. There's talks of Danny Rose being included in that deal. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know why Tottenham would want to get rid of Danny Rose. He was a bright spark for them towards the end of the season, apart from obviously when you look at his attitude issues in terms of in-game and him not being necessarily able to focus.
Talking about the attitude era, are we?
Oh, no. We're not going with another obligatory OWR. But, yeah, I think for the two of them for 10 million, brilliant deal. I really don't see Rose leaving. But I would say, yeah, I think great value there. And if you can get that deal done as soon as possible in terms of Jake Livermore's career, he needs to stay at home. So if he signs and you get an experienced defender to boot, I think that, you know, fantastic bit of business there, and it's all about where else you're going to look to strengthen after that.
No, that's a good shout. I mean, you know, we will, one of the kind of bits of bonus material does involve about Hull going into Europa League, so one of them is going to be very interesting. And you know what? Yeah, Chris Bullock is going to have to shoot. He's up early tomorrow. Ah, cool. But you know,
Thank you very much for joining us. Always a
one of
pleasure.
them, definitely. Chris, good luck with Kick 4 Live. And it's one of them ones, as Jesse said, you got free supporters right here, right now, right here, right now. Oh, good, oh, good. But you know what? Also, big shout out to James Peck, who we haven't seen in a while. He said, nice to see SSLJA in his England shirt rolling back the years. Is that the 2006 one? I have the 1966 one. You know, it is the 2006 one as it happens. Yeah, it's a bit. It's always been a bit short on the sleeves. Makes me look buffed, but not quite the stuff. Cause the girls just can't get enough. Buff Daddy. Buff Daddy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
And then,
so sexy.
And then after that, he turns into the big bad booty daddy.
LJA is the stuff.
I'm so sorry, people.
Everybody knows what's to know. We're a big whoop.
Oh,
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Only on a Monday night. Only on your
but it is one
Monday night
big
footballing
shout out, big
fix.
shout out.
It's we the people for the people.
You know what? We're in that mood of having fun, and we are actually going to continue that vein of fun, because it is time.
The pitch is where
for
we
us. The
pitch is where we sleep, and the pitch is where we
talk. The G-Man's still here. He's just a touch busy.
He's off cam, but
He's still there.
he's still here, and the pitch is still.
You know
where
what?
we
You know what? Let's do this just like on Wembley Way. The pitch is where we eat. G-Man. The pitch is where we eat.
Pitch is where we sleep, and the pitch is where we talk.
Yeah, just like on Wembley Way. Whenever we're on Wembley Way, we're always by Wembley Park Station. Then we move up towards the stadium. So it's one of them ones, man. We had fun, man. You'll see where we were from Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014. That's where we usually hang, man. We hang, man. Is that where we hang, man? But you know what? It's time for us to move onto the final segment of the show, which is
What's up with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You what? You what?
Oh.
You what? You what? You what?
Oh. Yeah. What's up? Oh. You oh. 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 Girl say. Oh, you are. You are. You are. You are. You are. Oh. God help it. Triple G's. You know what, yeah? Oh my God, this is one of the funniest stories I've seen this week. Peruvian player hitting the head with a paper airplane from astounding distance during the England match. Chelsea, have you seen the video to this?
I haven't actually.
Oh, you haven't. Oh, it's true. It is actually tremendous. You need to get that link up. It's tremendous. But from May 30th, 2014, England's friendly against Peru. The link. But the fact is, yeah, England's friendly against Peru proved to be a routine 3-0 win as they prepared for the World Cup. The match did include the unusual obstacle of paper airstrikes. Large and impressively accurate paper airplanes landed on the pitch during the game, with one even hitting Peru's Hansel Rojas in the side of the head, which was more impressive than any of the goals scored at Wembley. We just clocked it. Wham! Clocked it right in the head. Pow! Oh, I'm sorry. I love that. I love that. That is brilliant. Just
That is a very well made.
Bah!
That is a very well made paper airplane. No, because here's the thing, right?
Aerodynamic.
Seriously,
Very
right?
aerodynamic.
Just because I've been thinking about this. Most people, when they make paper airplanes, they don't make them very well.
Oh, yeah, I could never make them.
They don't make them very well, right? And that must have come from way up in the nosebleeds to travel that far, right? So there's that. It's had the aerodynamicity to get all the way.
Aerodynamicity.
Yeah, I'm making up words now.
Double right out, middle strike one.
I'm making up words now. But it had the aerodynamicity to get all the way there and then to just go ding in the side of his head. Literally. So I'm just like.
They must be like. Oh, where did that come from?
So honestly, I thought that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So my hats off to the guy who made it. Yeah, the paper plane that. Yeah. And
hats off to the guy who threw it. That's some serious accuracy right there. That's some serious accuracy. So one of them. That's
all I'm waiting for now is the videos of that on repeat. Yeah, put to MIA's paper plane. That's all I'm waiting for.
Who the hell are MIA or what's MIA?
That was totally wasted on me. Totally wasted.
The only MIA I remember was from WCW in 2000. Misfits in action with General Hugh G. Rection as their leader. No, I'm not even.
No. I remember. I'm just saying
Morris,
that
General Rection.
That name was just terrible.
Corporal Cajun, Sergeant AWOL, Van Hammer. Lieutenant Loco, aka Chavo Guerrero. I don't even know what they were calling. What's it? Van Hammer. I can't remember his MIA name, but there was Major Guns.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiggo.
Oh my goodness.
It all comes back to that. So there was Major Guns who joined Team Canada. But you know what? Yeah, it is one of them ones.
And I'm ready for the weekend as well. Just want to point that out.
On a Monday.
I can't wait.
Weekend ain't finished yet. With us.
I can't wait.
Oh my god. You know what, yeah? This story, as soon as I heard it, I had to find. It was one of them ones. We had to find out whether this was fact or not. But G-Man, you might want to come over for this one because I know you'll enjoy this story. But you coming over for this one, G-Man? Charles Bronson smeared himself in butter and attacked 12 guards following Arsenal's FA Cup. Now, the G-Man and Nathan Arsenal just settled for going crazy in the Watkins Folly pub, as you'll see the footage of on Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014. But Charles Bronson, Britain's most notorious prisoner, greased himself with butter and attacked 12 prison officers after Arsenal won the FA Cup Final, according to reports. Bronson, who's 61, who supports Arsenal's arch rivals Tottenham Hotspur, described how he lost it. If you're smearing yourself in butter, you never had it. But it's one of them was after Arsene Wenger's team beat Hull City 3-2 in the FA Cup Final. Bronson, dubbed the most violent inmate in Britain, is said to have spread butter on himself in order to be more difficult to restrain before attacking the guards. The incident at Full Sutton Jail in New York was said to have left Bronson with some broken ribs. He described the attack in a letter sent to Kate Cray, the ex-wife of feared London gangster Ronnie Cray, which have been obtained by the Daily Mirror. Bronson writes, "Not good news, I've had another rumble, this time with a dozen riot mob on the yard. Obviously, I had my reasons, and I'd sooner swallow teeth than my pride. Sadly, I came off worse, got smashed up ribs. Life goes on, Kate, you won't hear me moan." He added, "It was sunny, a scorcher. Arsenal was playing Hull, so I wanted Hull to win because I'm Spurs. I got Lurpak and spread it on thick. Then a small cloud appeared. I swear I see Ron's face. It was eerie. Go on, son, let him have it." The letter goes on to reference Derek Bentley, who was actually hanged in 1953 for murdering a police officer during a burglary, but was later pardoned. Why would you smear yourself in butter?
See now.
And Charles Bronson's reasoning is that you do it so you can be abusive yet elusive, basically. No, Richard, that doesn't work as reasoning. You still sound crazy as cat crap.
I'll be honest. If you know anything
Although
about
Charles, I say that respectfully, by the way.
yeah, because you don't want him to come and meet you.
I never.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
nuts.
That's all I'm saying. If you know,
Hey, I'm opinionated, but I'm not a moron. When I heard this,
he's not an idiot.
When I heard this story, it was just funny. And by the way, G-Man, Matt Whitfield says, don't get any ideas about the butter.
Oh, stop it!
Right, look at that. G-Man's like, oh.
Stop it.
Oh,
But no, I mean, having known a little bit about Charles Bronson and his story and some of the epicness that he ended up getting into when he was on the inside anyway, much less when he was on the outside, that doesn't surprise me at all. If anything, that's a little bit tame compared to some of the other stuff that he's done now that he's getting older. No, honestly, I'm not surprised at all. And you know, I'll be honest. I don't know how he managed to swing so much butter. He must have, know somebody that does the kitchen duty. I will say this: the mere fact that he went and put it on himself like that, knowing that he's going to do something like that, is actually ingenious.
It's like Family Guy, the oiled up grease man.
Yeah, literally.
There's a greased up guy there.
Literally, and officially, I want to say I'm not condoning his behavior because obviously,
I condone the spreading of butter, but not attacking people. I'm sorry, that's funny. Come on. That is one story you can't give.
Minus 5 stars.
No,
you can't give it. It's just it's tremendous.
Incredible. I mean, it's one of those few stories, right, that week in, week out you will only find on your Monday Night Football and Fix, and Matt Field is absolutely hilarious because I can't believe it's not butter in the Skype chat. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But do we want to go on to our final story?
Yeah, but before that, Sam Greenham has said after Villa signing for New York City, who do you think will be their next signing? Wouldn't bet against Frank Lampard.
No, if rumors are to be believed,
that's the one.
Then that's the way that they're heading. But it remains to be seen.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's one of them ones. But I mean, I said, man, the Charles Bronson thing is just too funny. That is a case of too wrong for too long. That is just. I find that hilarious. If any of our Skypers want to jump in, let us know, by the way. But I find that hilarious. I find it absolutely hilarious. One of them was where you think of someone crazy on day release. That's who you'd think would do that kind of thing. But it is one of them was, man. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. But you know what? Yeah, it is one of them was one article we wanted to round out the show with, which is definitely Pout It. It's actually a heartwarming one. It's not necessarily what's up with that.
I see what you've done with that, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones, man. It is about it because football fans should be helping each other. And we're proud to read this article, actually.
Absolutely.
How thousands of football fans are helping to save lives. This is from BBC Brazil. And a campaign by one of Brazil's biggest football clubs to encourage fans to become organ donors has led to a massive rise in the number of life-changing transplants and reduced waiting lists for organs in the area to almost to zero.
Wow.
Big.
That in itself is absolutely amazing.
There's a lot more.
And we talk about how football is one of those things that just brings everybody together, irrespective of your allegiance to teams, so on and so forth, and that just goes to show the power of it. Absolutely amazing. Near zero.
Definitely. And there's a lot more to the story as well, because every Brazilian is born with football in the soul, says Giorgio Peotto of Sport Club Recife, one of the top teams in the northeast of the country. For the last 2 years, though, he has been more concerned about what happens to fans' bodies when they die. The club decided it must look beyond the 11 clubs on the field and use its power for bigger things, said Piotto, the club's vice president for social programs. It asked them to become immortal fans, donating their organs after they die so that their love for the club will live on in someone else's body. I promise that your eyes will keep on watching Sport Club Recife, says one man waiting for a cornea transplant in the television ad made to publicize the campaign. I promise that your heart will keep beating for Sport Club Recife, says a potential recipient of a transplanted heart.
Wow.
It's one of them. The video is screened at every match in the club's Ilha do Retiro Stadium, a venue that seats 35,000 but could be filled almost twice over with the number of people who have signed up for a donor card, 66,000 so far. The waiting list for organ transplants in the city of Recife was reduced to 0 in the first year, Piatto said, and the impact has also been felt throughout the surrounding state of Pernambuco. We used to perform from 5 to 7 heart transplants a year, but last year we achieved 28. It was an incredible increase, says Fernando Figueira, Director of Heart Transplants at Pernambuco's Institute of Integrated Medicine. There is a very tight connection between the campaign and this rise. According to Brazilian law, it's up to the family. It's up to the family to decide whether the organs of their loved ones will be donated after death, but making this decision is not easy in such painful moments. The families have to give their dissent, but we end up having large rates of refusals. The card makes people discuss the matter with their parents or spouse. If they die, they will know they would have liked to have been a donor, says Figueira. The success of the campaign has been noticed around the world, as Sport Recife has been contacted by Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona, both thinking about adopting similar campaigns, Piotto said. He hopes the forthcoming World Cup will spread the idea further. A natural poster boy for the campaign was one of Sport Recife's most famous fans, 69-year-old Ivaldo Firmino dos Santos, who received a heart transplant 12 years ago. Known as Zidu Radio Joe, he's earned a reputation as Brazil's most irritating football fan for his playing the radio very loud behind the opposition team benches. He waited 5 months and 14 days for a new heart and remembers the moment the phone call came. On March 1st, 2002 at 1913, the doctor called and said he had a heart for me. He now celebrates 2 birthdays. The second is on the day when the surgery was successfully performed and he received his new heart made of iron. I still go to all the games, all the Sport Recife matches, and my heart can handle all that feeling. The radio now tries to persuade fellow fans to sign up for the card, and when they do, he has another message for them. I tell them, hey man, when you're at home having some whiskey with your family, tell everyone that you're an organ donor. It's not just about signing up, you have to spread the news. Sounds like pitch talk. It's one of them ones. It's not just about being here every Monday, it's about spreading it as well. But tell them that when you die, you want to donate everything, or else you'll come back and pull their leg in their sleep. It's quality. Also, it's not just about club loyalty, though. Daniele das Pessoa, who's 32 years old, supports one of Recife's other clubs, Santa Cruz, but also decided to lend her face to her bitter rival's campaign. Pessoa's mother died of a stroke 2 years ago, and she fulfilled her wishes, donating 5 of her organs. It was a very hard decision, but it's an act of love. Thanks to her, 5 people could finally leave the waiting list for a transplant, she said. She says. Her mother was also a Santa Cruz supporter, but, says Pessoa, I'm sure she wouldn't have cared if her organs went to a Sport Recife fan. You know what? Gotta clap that, as Jezzy Fizzle actually watches the Sport Club Recife Immortal Fans video.
I posted it in the Skype chat as well. You know what? I'm gonna post it on my wall and on Twitter as well. And you know what? It's
great course.
Inspirational. Inspirational. Like I say, we talk about football being one of those sports that can go and unite people, and to go and unite people, all of the Sport Recife fans, for something like this that, you know, as I say, goes so far beyond football.
It's fantastic. You can't say anything else but the fact that it's fantastic.
Literally, that there are no words. There are no words, because, you know, being able to give somebody, you know, a second chance at life, or to improve the quality of life in that way, and to know that, you know, the initiative was driven by the love of football, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, you know what, to all of the Sport Recife fans who have signed up to be organ donors, thank you. Thank you so much. And to everybody that has received organs from Sport Recife fans, live on, and, you know, have Sport Recife in your hearts, your minds, your bodies, and your souls. You know, because without that initiative by the club, it would not be possible. So, again, to everybody involved in that campaign, thank you. And this is one of the reasons why I love football, because it goes so far beyond, and it's helped so many people. That, you know, honestly, I would like to see something like that for every football club. I would.
No, definitely. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I had to cue that up because you know what that is, don't you? I know that. Oh yeah. But you know what? Do any of our Skypers want to jump in? Want to jump in on that? Because it's one of them ones. There's been a couple of views in the Skype chat, and yeah, you know what? Jamie Bailey has a very good point. A lot like the Run for Rob donation, and I'm honoured to be part of the footballing world who will be grateful for more people being remembered in better ways. Love that. Love that. It's good stuff. That is great stuff. Remember, Run for Rob is being done on June 22nd.
Get donating, get running. Let's get going, people.
It's gonna be one of them, man.
Well, that's for you.
But the fact of the matter is, it is about time for us to wrap things up. But Jamie Bailey, did you want to jump in on this before we close out?
Yeah, before you go, I'm just quite happy just to see that there's all these different things coming forward, and obviously everybody has their happiness for a club, and especially the lady that said that she's donated 5 organs, pretty much from her mother's body, and she doesn't even support the club. To be honest with you, that's even more relation to me, because in Brazil they've got a whole load of problems because of the World Cup, and to see that come out of Brazil, absolutely brilliant. And the more things that happen charitable wise, the less political business will be in football. I think that's what it's going to have to come down to now. So well done, Brazil, and thumbs up to any other charities that are pretty much proven that you don't need political backing just to make it big.
Definitely, absolutely. And I just want to add to that sentiment by saying, you know, I'm so glad that with initiatives like this, we can see how football can go so far beyond, you know, club divisions, political divisions, racial divisions, and help so many people in a positive way. So, as I say to everybody involved in the scheme, thank you and continue the great work.
Definitely. Football should unite, not divide. It's one of them ones. Football really should be a uniting force, not a divisive force. So it's one of them ones. But you know what, G-Man, you want to come over and say goodbye to the people? It's time for us to
hit the bricks.
It's time for us to roll. We're gonna give you a little bit of a wave.
What are you guys watching?
Oh no!
You don't know what that is?
Oh!
It's a man in a towel.
We'll show you.
I'm joking. I know the Old Spice when I see the Old Spice. But
terrible. Funny. Oh man! But yeah, it's one of them ones. It is about that time for us free to say a goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Remember, you can catch us on Instagram as well. Pitch Talk on Instagram. So there's one of them. You see some videos of that. But remember, it is we the people for the people, because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
Remember, Pitch Talk at the FA Cup Final 2014. Check it out on YouTube. That is our brand new video, youtube.com/Pitch Talk. But
leave a like, leave a comment, and share it with all of your friends, yo.
Exactly. This football revolution grows, but only with your help, so it's all good. But you know what? Yeah, we're doing it. Can't beat a bit of Maya Jane Coles before we go. But you know what? It is time for us to pause that particular track, because it's time for us to start vacating the place with a haste. It is very much time, baby. It's time for us to start moseying on, baby.
Hi, I'm John Sitton, and I'm here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Russ. My name is Christian Carambeu.
I'm grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hi, I'm Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan, and you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I'm Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
I'm Rob Lusher, former chairman of IBIS FC.
I'm Samir Sawhney, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to
Pitch Talk.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ, the G-Man and Jazzy Fizzle proudly bring to you the football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions, because the pitch is where we eat. G-Man.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And as always, the pitch is where we talk. Thank you.
Talk about Tigo.
Thank you to everybody that's been involved with today's show. Thank you to everybody that was tweeting us on Twitter, leaving us messages in the live chat on YouTube, leaving us messages on Google+. It is we the people, for the people. Thank you so much for being a part of the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. Thank you for becoming fans and friends. And as I say, joining us in changing what your Monday night footballing fix is to cater to you, the fan. And make sure that you do check out our latest video on our YouTube channel. That's Pitch Talk at FA Cup Final 2014. And keep an eye peeled for all of our bonus material. Yeah, we got outtakes, people. Outtakes.
Definitely.
They're coming.
We're gonna bring it. With
They're coming for you, Pete.
Material. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Remember www.pitch-talk.com. That's our official website. Facebook.com/pitchtalk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. I'm gonna have to get someone else to remember these scripted ad-libs. Join the footballing revolution we are working so hard to create. MySpace.com/pitchtalk. Pitchtalk.blogspot.com and or .co.uk as well for blogs from yours truly, straight shooting LJA, the G-Man, and Jazzy Fizzle as well, and many, many more, including Russ Vernon, Dave Meir, aka Mearsey, Big T, aka Thomas Hewitt, who we always throw them tees up for, and many, many more. You know what? Also, youtube.com/Pitch Talk for all our videos, including Pitch Talk at the 2014 FA Cup Final. Have a watch, spread it around. It's all good. It's all good. But you know what? Also, excuse me, frog in the throat there. Saw that Lucas there. But also, youtube.com/Pitch Talk, at Pitch Talk on Twitter, twitter.com/Pitch Talk. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. 07535804466 is the mobile number, as evidenced by Big T, who texted in earlier. Call us, text us, let us know your views. And Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. If you want to join us live on the Skype call, Pitch Talk 1. Oh my word, it's been a lot of fun, man. We're also Pitch Talk Live on Google Plus too. And we're on Instagram, Pitch Talk. But you know what? The fact of the matter is this. We have been your Monday Night Footballing Fix, and we have a few shout-outs, including Matt Whitfield, Elliot Waller, the two Resident Hull fans, Mike Hardiman, Jamie Bailey, who was in the Skype chat and giving us his views, Chris Bullock of Kick 4
Bullet Beef!
It's one of them ones. Big time shout outs to Ross Vernon, to Chloe Griffin, who's been lurking in the chat, to Tom Wood, big shout out. Mike Hardiman, big shout out. Ooh, yeah, big shout out to Storm FM too. Big shout outs to the Section 357 show, Sunday, Floyd, Big Shot Ron, Super Navajo. Big shout outs also to Tweet White Line, aka facebook.com/Finn White Line Magazine, FinnWhiteLineMagazine.com.
We were in issue 0, don't you know?
You damn right. Big shout out to Samir Sawhney, director of Motivate Sports and Fitness, facebook.com/MotivateSF, at MotivateSF on Twitter, and also www.motivatesportsandfitness.com. Big shout out to Girls on the Ball, Sophie, Rachel, and of course Pitch Talk's favorite rabbit, Scotty, named after the successful Alex Scott, FA Cup winner. It's one of them ones. Big shout out to Rachel
Congratulations.
Yankee and congratulations as well. It was a pleasure meeting you back in 2012 too. So congrats on your success. Also at Kells on the Ball and www.kellsontheball.com and facebook.com/Kells on the Ball. Big shout out to Umbry Nelly, who's a friend of the show as well. I haven't seen her about in a while, but the GOAT thing on her Facebook page was
Absolutely
hilarious.
brilliant. Absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant.
it was tremendous. It was tremendous. But you know what? I've been straight shooting LJA.
I've been the G, man.
Who have you been?
Gavin.
And as always, I've been Jezzy Fizzle. And you know what? On behalf of myself, the Straight Shooting One, and of course the G-Man, I want to say thank you very much.
Good night.